Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to a special edition, a holiday special edition of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I am your host with the hottest YouTube boxing intro on the streets, Manager Marty. Now, I have to say this because this is why we are all here today. The SNAC program works. I got to start my show off with that because it's true. You know, I want to welcome each and every last one of you that is here today. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be home relaxing with your family. I know that it is the eve of a holiday that most people celebrate in the country of America. We have people from all over the world that watch. So I don't want to just reserve my comments for American citizens. So that comment was just directly toward the American citizens because it is the holiday of Christmas Eve here in America. However, I welcome each and every last one of you. Salute to everybody that's acknowledging me in the chat. I see you. If you're watching the replay of this live, which I'm sure many of you are, I welcome you as well. I look forward to hearing your feedback in the comments section below. We are going to have a great show today. I'm still actually, trying to process everything from the beginning of this whole SNAC controversy with my channel and with me. But at the same time, I have a clearer understanding of, the power and influence of YouTube here, in the boxing community. And so I have a responsibility, and my responsibility is to produce quality content and do it with grace and always maintaining integrity when I am sharing the truth. So I just wanted to start this whole segment off today, this special edition off with that because I see that the streets are talking. And not only is the streets talking, but the boxing community is talking. And not only is the boxing community talking and the streets are talking, but everybody watching now. The streets is watching, and so is the boxing community. And they've been watching. It was just unbeknownst to me that they were watching me, my channel, the things that I have been saying, but we got to deal with what's real. And I appreciate everybody acknowledging me in the chat. Happy holidays to those that celebrate the holiday. For those of you that do not celebrate it, happy day to you all. I'm glad to be here today. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I promise you all that. You all saw the advertisement that I placed as a screenshot on today's live, right? Y'all saw that, right? So we know why we're here today. We're here because I have to give a response now. You know, there was a YouTube channel, not a content creator, but a YouTube channel under the name of Victor Conte that have been sharing comments in my comment section. Okay? And I didn't know who the person was, for real, for real. Didn't have a picture of Victor Conte in the profile of the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel was created sometime last week, which is when I first started receiving comments from this YouTube channel by the name of Victor Conte. I also received a few emails, including last night from a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew, a member of this channel, and basically was saying that, hey, this account from YouTube is just from a troll. And it's not the real Victor Conte, it's just a troll that is making a fake channel just to poke at me, so to speak. And so I thought it was a troll. And so we have to deal with the realities that's going on today. I want to preface a lot of my comments. I got to show my face when I say this part. I'm going to have my camera off for some of the duration of this live because I am going to post some things on your screen. We call them receipts here on YouTube. We call them receipts in the community. And so I want to post some receipts of some of these comments that were made under this suspicious account of Victor Conte and some other dialogue that I had. And we're going to deal with the realities today. And I'm referring to the real Victor Conte. But I got to show my face, right? Because there's some things that I want to shed some light on and put some perspective on before we get into the receipts. And then I'm going to go into Victor Conte because some people might not know who he is. I know that there are women watching this channel. Some of the women that watch this channel have already told me they didn't know who he was. Some people that I know personally, they don't know who Victor Conte is. And most of the people that don't know who he is, they may not understand that Victor Conte, he worked in other sports before boxing. And I don't want to rehash that part, but my point is some people don't know who he is in boxing. All right, so I'm going to play an excerpt to show some of the people that don't know who he is and how we got to where we are today and the contributions that Victor Conte has made in the sport of boxing. But first, let me show my face, as I always do, because I want to put things in perspective for a minute. So double salute to all the Roll the Tape film crew members. Salute to all of those people who are new to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to please do so. If you're watching us live and live in color, whether you are a supporter or not, I welcome you. If you were sent over here to watch this video, I welcome you too. Even if you're Victor Conte himself. Vic, I hope I can call you Vic. You are also welcome as well. I welcome everybody that's watching this and the replay of this live. We're going to have a good show today like we always do. Let me put some things in perspective. I got the gray hoodie on today, by the way. Let me put some things in perspective real quick. I don't know where to start because I'm still processing everything. But when it comes down to certain content creators, let me send a little message out. Because I don't sneak diss nobody. Everybody that knows me know that I've been on YouTube for over a year now. I don't sneak diss nobody. Any controversy that I've been involved in on YouTube, obviously, was because I was defending myself. But CEO Sense, you know I got the hoodie on today. And so the thing is, we got to deal with it now. I'm the only content creator, to my understanding, and I could be wrong, but to my understanding, because I'm the only one being targeted about it. I'm the only one being sneak diss about it. So I might as well speak on it now. I'm the only content creator, right, that have been talking about the SNAC program for months on end. I've always shed a light on the truth. I always shed a light on, making sure I let the people see that the SNAC program works. All of y'all kept hearing me say that for months, that the SNAC program works. You had certain content creators that didn't want to speak on SNAC, didn't want to speak on Victor Conte, didn't want to speak on some of the fighters on SNAC. They didn't want to speak on it. And I'm cool with that. But what it is when I speak on it, I'm insinuating. When I speak on it, I'm inferring something. When I speak on it, undertones are being used. When I speak on it, allegations are being made. This is what people have been saying to me and about me. But let's put things in perspective here. Most people didn't even want to speak on it, period. Which is fine. I'll be the bad guy all because I'm saying SNAC works. I'll be the bad guy because I'm saying that fighters that's on the SNAC program, let me see if I got to still got the picture. Fighters that's on the SNAC program, which you see on your screen, are benefiting from the advertisement of the SNAC program in their fights. As you see on your screen, I've shown this screenshot time and time again, okay? And we got to look at it for what it is, and that is that SNAC offer products that improve your level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. To all the viewership that's watching, because the viewership is increasing exponentially, I welcome you. Come on in. Don't stand halfway in the door. Come all the way in and shut the door because you're letting the heat out. Yeah. Come on and have a seat. Because we're going to talk about it today. Yeah. Come on in and have a seat, please. You are all welcome. Now, back to my point. We all know that the benefits of SNAC system or SNAC program, it works. It works. And then when I say that it works, I'm the bad guy. We all know it works. And you want to know what's so interesting about it all? When a fighter loses that's on a SNAC, you know what people say? They've said it here on this channel. They said it in my chat. They say it in my comments section. They say it on the panel. Some people, you know what they say? You know what they say? Let's keep it 100. The SNAC don't work. As soon as Andre lost, they say the SNAC program don't work. As soon as Hector Garcia lost in his last fight, they say the SNAC program don't work. When Mario Barrios lost to Tank Davis, them people use him as a reference too. Oh, the SNAC program don't work. But if I say that Terrence Crawford won on the SNAC program, they say it don't work. So which one is it? Which one is it, Motorsports? Because I see you in the chat, sir. Which one is it? When a fighter win, it don't. When a fighter that's on SNAC win, it don't work. It's not because of the SNAC program. When a fighter lose that's on the SNAC program, it don't work. Which one is it? We need answers. We're gonna get to my buddy Vic in a second, Victor Conte. But I got to deal with some other things first before we get there, because there's some things that led up to why we here today, and we're gonna deal with it now. Now, the SNAC program works. The fighters that's on the SNAC program, they're doing everything that the advertisement of SNAC is advertising, but it still don't work. But as soon as a SNAC program fighter loses, it still don't work. Which one is it? It's either they on the SNAC program and it don't work when they win, or it's either when they on the SNAC program and it don't work when they lose. So that message, that little small piece, that's for the fan base who pick and choose. Yeah. That's for the fan base who pick and choose when they want to acknowledge the SNAC program. And I'm talking about a specific fan base. There's two fan bases that have given me the most problems when I say the SNAC program works. Devin Haney fans and Terrence Crawford fans. That's facts. I'm not mad at the fans. I don't feel no type of way about none of this, y'all. I'm not mad or nothing. But we got to deal with what's real. When Devin Haney fought Lomachenko, you know what people said? You know, this is what they did, what they said. Marty, you ain't say nothing about that. You only saying something about Bud Crawford because he beat Spence. I done told y'all why I waited in the first place. And I'm not going to tell everybody again, because most of y'all that's watching me now, yeah, y'all already know why. I told y'all already, thousands of times. I want to deal with that. I also want to deal with something else. I want to deal with this real quick. Some content creators didn't even want to speak on this. Let's be clear on this. Some content creators here on YouTube, before Terrence Crawford fought, before Devin Haney fought, right after Terrence Crawford fought, right after Devin Haney fought Lomachenko, nobody wants to speak on it. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. And all of a sudden now, Manager Marty, the bad guy, starts speaking on it. And some content creators began hearing me over and over again say the SNAC program works and give reasons why I say the SNAC program works. And then some content creators start listening even more and more and more. And then they started to realize themselves that the SNAC program works. And guess what happened? They began to speak on it on their channels as well. This is where we see what I'm doing is I'm showing the foundation of how we got here today. I've been being criticized since I brought up the SNAC program. There's only a few handful of people that was standing in solidarity with me when I kept saying the SNAC program worked after Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence Jr. Okay? But the roller tape film crew stood 10 toes down with me. Even if they chose Terrence Crawford to win, the ones that's a part of the roller tape film crew, y'all all stood up with me. And you still rocking with me to this day. So double salute to the roller tape film crew who've been standing up tall. See, I've been saying what I've been saying from day one. One of the differences is I didn't have a YouTube channel. You can ask anybody that know me personally. Way before I got on YouTube, way before I did an interview with YSM Sports Media, way before any of that, I've been talking about the SNAC program. And I also equally have been talking about fighters whose performance was enhanced that wasn't with the SNAC program. I've been talking about performance enhancement. Now I can't say drugs because I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert to say this is drugs, this not drugs. I ain't no expert, so I can't speak on that. I don't have no real life evidence and proof, right? So I can't speak on that. I'm talking about privately or publicly. I can't speak on that. But if I make an observation and I speak on it, it is what it is. So what I'm saying is, if other people can have an opinion and an observation and the rules don't apply to them, then the rules should not apply to me. I want the rules to apply to me now. You see what I mean? But I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. And we're gonna move on with this show today. Yeah. I got the gray hoodie on today. We're gonna deal with it. Whoever's here, you here. If you ain't here watching live, that's cool. You're gonna catch the replay, but you're gonna get it today. Now, let's get on it. Victor Conte. Everybody already heard him in interviews before. I'm gonna show you where the bias coming at. I'm gonna show y'all where the bias coming at. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all right now. We've heard Victor Conte say in interviews that he believed, in his opinion, his words, not mine, he said that Manny Pacquiao has been using performance-enhancing drugs his entire career. That's what he said. He said he believed that Manny Pacquiao was using steroids his entire career. And he said his strength and conditioning coach, Alex Ariza, was complicit in that process. That's what he said. And he also said it's just his opinion, right? I didn't hear not one of y'all on YouTube that's criticizing me, content creator or not, say anything about that man's comments, right? Y'all gave him this freedom of speech to say that, right? I'm going to back up for a minute because I want to make sure the chat is here. I want to make sure that we clear, because after this live, let me show my eyes. We're going to be clear about it today. I guarantee you that. and guess what? Next week, we're going to have even more clarifications. That was from my guy, Mr. Vic. Yeah. Mr. Vic coming to see us. Mr. Victor Conte's coming to see us. Okay? All right. He's the expert and the professor. He's going to educate us all. I believe that. Now let's move on to this. In the chat, do you all recall? I want to show y'all the bias when it comes to manager Marty. I'm going to get to Victor Conte and me and his dialogue in a second, and the trolling, and we're going to get to that in 1 second. I want to clarify a few things for the new audience that don't know what's going on. Did any of you in the chat hear Victor Conte say the words, he believed that Manny Pacquiao was using steroids his entire career? Did anybody hear that? Yes or no? Anybody hear that? That interview that he did? Yes or no? I don't want to hold this up. I need people in the chat to engage because we're going to move right along. I just want to make sure we all on the same page. I'm walking us through the process here. Yes or no? Did anybody hear that? If you didn't, it's okay. It's all right. You know, if you didn't, it's okay. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All right. One, two, three. All right. That's a couple of people said yes, that they heard it. Couple people said that they heard it. Salute to the queen. I see her in the chat. She said she heard it too. Dahlia, what's up? What's up, Rhonda? What's going on, Mr. Greg? Mr. Greg said he heard it too. For y'all that didn't hear it, I'm going to roll the tape because I want to make sure we clear now, because you know why? There's a lot of unbiased going on YouTube, and I'm including some content creators. So we gotta get right to it. See, I knew somebody in the chat just said that they never heard him say that. All right, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play what he said. And to my understanding, the original. Now, this what I'm about to play, y'all. I don't think this is the original interview. I think this is a clip, because I think the original clip came from the Boxing Voice. Don't quote me on that part, but I thought that it came from the Boxing Voice. But this clip I'm about to play, it don't look, it's saying somebody else's name under it, all right? Because I want to give whoever interviewed him and different things like that, I want to give them the credit for you know, letting me replay a small little snippet of this little piece of interview, all right? I am doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Out on steroids, I'll show you the loser. I mean, this is how prevalent in Olympic sport and specifically in track and field that the use of PEDs is.
Was Alex Ariza, is he on Victor Conte Memo Heredia level? Would he be capable of all the accusations that were thrown around about him and Pacquiao?
I'm not going to accuse him of anything, but I have strong suspicion that his entire career involved using PEDs. No evidence. A lot of people talk.
When you say his entire career, do you mean Ariza's or you mean Pacquiao's?
I'm talking about both.
Oh.
Okay. You want my opinion?
Yeah.
My opinion is that Manny Pacquiao was on performance-enhancing substances his entire career.
Did y'all hear that? That's Victor Conte talking right there. Y'all heard that, right? He said he ain't accusing nobody of nothing. It's just his opinion. He believed Manny Pacquiao was on performance enhancement substances, drugs, his entire career, right? Why you ain't say nothing about him when he said that? Y'all heard what the man said. And Mr. Conte, I'm gonna call him Vic. And Vic is entitled to his opinion, just like all of us as human beings, right? But when he gave his opinion and his assessment on Manny Pacquiao, I didn't hear some of you content creators speak on that. I didn't hear some of you Bud fans speak on that. I didn't hear some of you Devin Haney fans speak on that. Did y'all? Let's keep it all the way 100. Y'all didn't speak on that and tell that man he shouldn't be saying that, did y'all? Y'all didn't say it's undertones when he said that. Y'all didn't say it was insinuations when he said that about Pacquiao. Oh, but when manager Marty say that Victor Conte's program worked, I'm the bad guy. When we talk about being suspicious of certain fighters, I'm the bad guy. When people come on the panel on this channel, they give their opinions too, right? But they get criticized. The roller tape film crew members, I'm speaking for them too, they get criticized. What's up, Andre? They get criticized. But when manager Marty speaks on it, the rules don't apply. Huh? That's what Victor Conte gave his opinion. Why we can't give an opinion on certain people? Huh? I just want the rules to apply when it come to me. That's all I want. Treat me the same way you treat everybody else. This is to the biased people. That message that I just said, that's for y'all. If you ain't gonna go and give Victor Conte no scrutiny for saying what he's saying, why I gotta get the scrutiny? Why my people that support my channel got to get criticized? I thought we all was entitled to an opinion. And then we have people that are suspicious of Victor Conte. And I'm talking about people that have come on this channel, in my comment section, in the chat. You know what I mean? They said that they feel suspicious of him, even though he changed his life around. At least he said he changed his life around in the Netflix documentary. Okay? Hold on, I want to play something else. Some people might not know who he is. Some of y'all might not know when Victor Conte got his start in boxing. I'm gonna clarify that right now. And then we're going to get on to the receipts that I'm going to show you on your screen. Because we're going to talk about it today. Now, some of y'all might not recall who Victor Conte is. I know people that have been in my chat several times asking who he is. When did he get his start in boxing? Some people have asked me in emails, what is the SNAC program? People have been asking me that, not recently, but months and months ago. So for those, and there's a lot of women that come here and don't know anything about Victor Conte. So I wanted to shed light on Victor Conte's start in boxing. I want to make sure we clear on something, because I know there's a misunderstanding about that. So I'm going to clarify it now, and then we are going to move forward. Okay? Some people might say that Victor Conte started in boxing when he was released from prison and then entered boxing. Because, and I'm going to tell you why people think that. Because the Netflix documentary, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it all today. I ain't going to hold you too long. But the Netflix documentary gave the impression that after Victor Conte got out of the prison camp, right, that he did, I think he told me he served 4 months. And the people on the Netflix, I think he said that there as well, that he served 4 months in a federal prison camp or something, right? The Netflix documentary, if any of you didn't see it, check it out later on if you have Netflix. I'm not going to give them a plug. I'm just letting y'all know the reference that I'm using. All right. Hall of Shame is the name of it. It gives the story and background of Victor Conte. However, right after they talked about him leaving out of prison, it goes right into him working with Devin Haney in the gym on the documentary I'm talking about. So it gave the impression that he entered into boxing before not before, but after leaving prison, he goes right into boxing. And I wanted us to be clear on this because that is not when Victor Conte started working with boxers. And because the Netflix documentary omitted that part, I don't know if they knew or not. I would hope and assume that they did know when he started in boxing. But for whatever reason, they didn't put that in there. So we want to be clear on why people have suspicions because he's in boxing, and for the people that don't know who he is. Once again, as Many Face Publishing keep telling me, I am doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Boxer Shane Mosley. How did you both begin working together?
I was contacted by his strength and conditioning coach at the time, Daryl Hudson, and we talked. And initially, I probably just sent some nutritional supplements to him, and it was at a distance. And the more we talked, it became about other undetectable substances and so on. And then eventually, he let me know that he and Shane would like to fly up and meet with me. And so on Saturday, June 26, 2003, that's what happened. They flew from Southern California up to Oakland Airport, and they were picked up in a limousine. Actually, the company that was a couple doors down from Balco, Gateway Limousine, and brought over. And he had his blood collected first at the hospital over the freeway, and then we had a little chat, and he got his blood collected, and then he came back, and we talked about some of the substances and methods that could be available to him.
What knowledge do you have of any illegal performance-enhancing drug usage Mosley was involved in prior to taking Balco's illegal performance-enhancing drugs?
You hear a lot of rumors. You know, you hear things about this guy and that guy, and he had used performance-enhancing drugs before he ever met me. Now, whether that's true again, you know, I don't know. I'm just telling you that's what I'd heard.
You said you taught him how to inject himself, and you even were nearby when he injected himself with EPO. What do you recall from that?
I was sitting at my desk, and he was sitting directly across from me. And behind him was Daryl Hudson, his strength and conditioning coach. And once we got to the portion where it was time to learn how to administer the drugs, I came around the desk, and he stepped back over here, and we sat knee to knee. And I basically showed him specifically how to inject EPO. We did something called a double saturation point method, which means that you take half of it and put it in one side of your belly button, and the rest you put it into the other side. It increases the effectiveness of the drug by doing half a cc here and half a cc here, as opposed to a single injection.
Can you explain what these are?
All right, I'm going to stop right there. Happy holidays, Christina. I see you in the chat, sweetheart. So, we all heard that in 2003, Sugar Shane Mosley, the Hall of Fame boxer, senior that is, Sugar Shane Mosley, the boxer, in 2003, according to Victor Conte's, statements, that was the interview from Graham Basinger. He flew up to Victor Conte from Southern California and went to Oakland, California's airport, and you already heard what he said, right? He's talking about injecting Sugar Shane Mosley and showing him how to inject himself with EPO, right? A performance enhancement drug. So putting that in proper perspective, Victor Conte started in boxing in 2003. I just want us to be on the same page with that principle and fact. He started in boxing in 2003. And his start in boxing that we know of, we don't know of any other fighters, but he says Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley is in a deposition, which was 6 years after the fact. It's all on YouTube because they were going back and forth suing each other. All right. But anyway, he's got it. Victor Conte started in boxing in 2003. And he started in boxing doing things that were not right. His words, not mine. Okay? So, moving forward, fast forward, the documentary on Netflix did not point any of what y'all just heard Victor Conte say out. Didn't say anything about it. It just went straight on to him working in boxing now, which he called the Red Light District, and they had Devin Haney in his gym. As if he started in boxing right after he came out of prison and he started, working with the fighters since he changed his life around. So I wanted us all to be clear and set the foundation for that. Now, let's deal with how we got here today. Because I've been talking about the SNAC program for a minute, right? For months now, right? I'm talking about publicly on YouTube. I'm not talking about privately for the people that know me personally off of YouTube. In the years that I've been talking about performance enhancements in the sport of boxing, I've been talking about this for years, for decades now. But my point is, when it comes to SNAC specifically, I've been talking about SNAC specifically for the last few months on YouTube, saying how it works, right? So why now that people want to shed light on it? Why now that people want to start, throwing shots and this and that, right? Why now people want to become biased on when the rules apply and don't apply to me? You gotta ask those questions to those people. You see? Now, let's deal with the realities of where we at today. I need everybody to look at your screen because I'm not showing my face until I show you all these receipts because I'm trying to lay a foundation of how we got here today. Y'all see this, right? We got to deal with it. Y'all see this, right? This is a tweet from Gervonta Tank Davis on December the 13th, 2023. This is a tweet that the Gervonta Tank Davis said on X, formerly known as Twitter. Another tweet where he says, get SNAC out of boxing. But before he said that, this is one of the tweets that he said. This is one of the tweets that Tank Davis said this. Did he or did he not get caught cheating before? Them SNAC people, right? Them snack people. That's Javante Tank Davis said that. All right, y'all see that, right? Okay, so y'all seen that. Okay, now. Now, Victor Conte had a response to Tank Davis saying that on X, formerly known as Twitter. Okay? This was Victor Conte's response. I'm going to read it to you if y'all can't see the screen. Victor Conte said in response to Tank Davis, after Tank Davis said, get SNAC out of boxing, and after Javante Tank Davis said, dumb SNAC people. Victor Conte says, thanks to Javante for all the traffic he has sent to the SNAC system website. You have sent thousands of customers to SNAC. Maybe you should get your own discount code for your fans. How about take 25 off? That was the fake promo code. Then he says, Devin Haney has always been a clean boxer. That was the response of Victor Conte. Okay? Now, when I saw that tweet from Victor Conte, I had a response to that. And the reason why I had a response to that, let me show my face so people can know we ain't capping on here. Let me turn the camera back on. Quick question, y'all. I see BVO in the chat. What's up, BVO? We dealing with it today. I have a question to people in the chat. Every time somebody tell me that they bought the SNAC product, every time somebody tell me that it was because of me promoting the SNAC program and saying it works, every time I wear the SNAC shirt, what do I always say? Anybody in the chat can answer this. What do I always say? I always say something to Victor Conte. I always say this. Victor Conte, if you're listening, what's the next? I know I say it works. I know I say it works. But I mean, after somebody buys the product, hear me. Let me reframe it. After somebody buys the product and they come on my channel and say, Manager Marty, look, I bought the substance. Hey, or supplements, not substance, supplements. I brought the supplements. They show the bottles like Greg did the other day. Or somebody in the chat be like, hey, I brought the workout stuff and it works. Look at your screen. Look at your screen, please. We're going to deal with it all today. Look at your screen. See, they've been here. They know what it is. What do Greg, look, Many Face Publishing said it on your screen. Mr. Gregory Quarterbomb says it on your screen. Andre Noble said it on your screen. I always say, send me a promo code in the chat. Now, I always say that, right? I want to make sure we clear. So after Victor Conte said that, I took it upon myself to say, hey, I always ask him for the what's the name anyway. Let me try to see if I can get the promo code to promote the fact that SNAC works, right? Now, before I can even say anything, what I did not realize was that there was a person on YouTube trolling the channel, to my understanding, acting like they were Victor Conte, right? This is what's going on. When Tank Davis said what he said, Victor Conte responded to Tank Davis. Now, what I did not know is that there was a person using Victor Conte's name commented on my YouTube channel under the videos that's talking about SNAC. This is all happened in a matter of last week all the way up until 2 days ago. If you're not watching your screen, you might be driving, you might be preoccupied. I'm going to read it to you. This is from what I say was a person using Victor Conte's name on like a troll. You know what I mean? Says, this is the real Victor Conte. Mr. Manager Marty, you are posting comments that I made about 20 years ago with Tim Montgomery. I served time in a prison camp, and then because, I think he meant this, became. I served time in the prison camp and then became an outspoken anti-doping advocate and have been ever since. None of what you are posting has anything to do with my work in boxing, which started in 2009. Okay? All right? Now, I originally thought to myself, because this person used Tim Montgomery's name, because the YouTube comment that this is under is when I played Tim Montgomery's and Victor Conte's words in the Netflix documentary the other day. So when this person said that none of what I'm posting has anything to do with his work, I said everything I post about SNAC has something to do with Victor Conte's work. So that's not true. And then when this person said that my work in boxing started in 2009, I said, that's not true either. Because I just played y'all the interview just a few minutes ago that showed that Victor Conte's work in boxing started in 2003 when he injected Sugar Shane Mosley with EPO. His words, not mine. So I said, in response to that, and I'm reading it, this is my quote to that comment. This is the real Manager Marty. I'm certain that you are not the real Victor Conte. Nice try. And I put laughing emojis. I appreciate your viewership, though. So I'm like, and I told y'all publicly, Mr. Greg was here. I'm not sure if Dahlia was here, but Mr. Greg was here. Andre Noble was here. AJ64. People I see in the chat today. Walt Big Money was here. Pharaoh was here. Y'all remember the other day? What did I tell y'all the other day? I said, somebody acting like Victor Conte, sending me messages on YouTube. I said, that's not him. I said, Victor Conte's a millionaire. He got other things. He got a busy schedule. He don't got time to be watching no small channel like me. Remember I told y'all that? I told y'all that just the other day. Because I said that person acting like they Victor Conte. Right? Stay with me now. I'm breaking this thing down how we got here today. Stay with me. Right? All right. Now, with that being said, thank you, Andre Noble. Said yes, sir. Now, so when I saw that, I'm like, I know that's not Victor Conte because, first of all, I got a small channel. And I say small channel because of how many subscribers I got. I only been on YouTube for a year. So that's why when I say small channel, I realize my voice is louder than my channel, subscription based. Anyway, I said, there's no way Victor Conte's talking to me. He don't know who I am. He don't know what's going on about the SNAC program on YouTube and what I'm saying. So I said, okay, well, since he's giving out promo codes to Tank Davis, in this message, I'm going to respond. So this is what I said in response to this message to Victor Conte, the real Victor Conte, not the fake Victor Conte that was in the YouTube comment, right? I'm going to read to y'all what I said since he's giving out promo codes, real or fake. I said, Victor Conte, for 5 months on my podcast, I've been saying SNAC works. I also took the expedite publicly and purchased the apparel to show it's real. Some of my audience have purchased your products due to my education and promotion. Send me a promo code because Javante is not interested. Are y'all still with me? Y'all having separate conversations in the chat, and they are not conducive to the points that I'm making, and I don't want y'all to miss anything. So in the chat, do y'all understand where we at right now? I'm setting a foundation from how we got to point A to point B so we can get to point C. Y'all with me, right? All right, cool. So now that I said that, I knew Victor Conte really, though. I'm talking about the real Victor Conte, not the fake YouTube troll Victor Conte. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the real Victor Conte through Twitter, because I know that's really him. I know for a fact that he's not going to respond to me on no Twitter, because once again, I got a small channel. He don't know who I am. He don't know nothing about me. So I wasn't expecting no response from that. And plus, I'm dealing with a person that's saying Victor Conte's name on YouTube on my channel, like trying to troll the channel. You know what I'm saying? Now, thank you, Dahlia. I see you, baby. Now, to my surprise, Mr. Victor Conte did respond. But before he responded, though, which I didn't see this until, I promise you, you know I wouldn't lie to y'all. I didn't see what I'm about to show you on your screen. I didn't see this till last night. What I'm about to show you on your screen, I did not see this until literally last night. I did not see it till last night. I didn't see it. Look on your screen. I didn't see it until last night. I didn't know that on December the 21st, 2023, that the SNAC system, I didn't even know the SNAC had a Twitter, because I don't be on there like that. But the Conte said, how about Marty 25 as a disco code, Mr. Manager? That's what he said. That's all I'm saying. So I responded to it. Yeah, I did. What's up, Mark? I responded to it. Did last night. Then what I said, y'all. Look at your screen. We're going to have fun today, y'all. I see the viewership increasing exponentially. I'm glad you all are here. I said, perfect. I accept. Date of activation? Give me a date of activation, please. I said, email me the terms. Victor Conte, SNAC works. Let's go, SNAC. That's what I said. That's what I said last night. Because you know why? What I did not realize was that my tweet about send me a promo code, Javante is not interested. Remember I said that? Javante's not interested. This tweet right here. Remember this? Well, I did receive a response. I did. Oh, yes, I did. I did receive a response. And here is the response that I received from my good old buddy, Mr. Victor Conte. You see it on your screen? He responded to me. I didn't know. I was not expecting him to. But right after the SNAC system, Instagram sent me the fake promo code Marty25, this was on the screen from the tweet. So let me read what Mr. Victor Conte said in response to my tweet. He says, I have been posting comments on your YouTube, Manager Marty, and it seems you do not read your comments. You ask questions and I provide answers. I thought you wanted to go to Conte University. It seems like you do not have a genuine interest in learning about the world of anti-doping. So Mr. Victor Conte basically confirmed that the whole time I thought that the Victor Conte YouTube channel was from a troll, he confirmed that it was really him. That it was actually him that was sending me those messages and comments on YouTube under my videos about the SNAC program just a few days ago, all the way up until the other day. I had no idea. Had no idea whatsoever. Okay? Let's deal with it now. Somebody said I should be flattered. Dahlia, I have a question, sweetheart. Do you recall when people been asking me for a whole entire year, even content creators that don't like me have been asking, even Terrence Bud Crawford fans who don't like me have been asking. They ask me time and time again. They say, Marty, who do you manage? That's what they ask me. They do. Everybody on YouTube keep asking me the same question. Who do you manage? We should all know the answer to that. And if we don't, after today, you will. You will. Ask me who I manage. All the time they ask me who I manage, right? I already gave the answers of who I manage anyway. But I find myself having to be asked that question time and time again. Right? So that was Mr. Victor Conte that confirmed that it was him posting comments on the YouTube channel. One of the comments that he made on the YouTube channel, and let me go back so you can see where this stems from. Remember this from earlier. Javante Tank Davis said, them SNAC people. Remember Javante said that? That ain't had nothing to do with, well, people try to say that Javante was looking at my VODA. I mean, that Tank Davis was looking at my videos about SNAC and VODA. I don't know. He probably wasn't watching me either. But the last time I said that, thinking that nobody was watching, I'm talking about the big timers, you know, in boxing. I was wrong, and I was wrong again. It was really Victor Conte, so I was wrong again. So I don't know if Tank is watching my channel or not. That's not even important. That was his own independent comment. That was his own independent opinion. But people try to attach that to me for some reason. I don't know why, but he said them SNAC people, right? So Victor Conte, in another comment that he said on YouTube, this is what he said, which y'all saw this in your advertisement for this show today. Victor Conte says, them Marty people need to go to Conte University. You are a student, Marty. and I'm the professor. Did you know that you need a bit more schooling? That's what he said. The Marty people. Now, Tank Davis said, them SNAC people, referring to him. But he referred to me, and I guess the people that watch the channel or the roller tape film crew members, I don't know. He said, the Marty people. So I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. That's what the man said. Okay? That's what he said. That's all I'm saying. So it doesn't stop there. Mr. Conte also emailed me, which I did not receive the email because what I realized today, technically I realized it yesterday, but when I did retrieve the email again, after he sent me an email, he actually spelled, by an accident, he spelled manager with 2 A's. I think he was typing too fast. So it didn't get to me, but it got to me. I'm not reading the whole email. I just want to read one thing on this email, and that's the first paragraph where he says, "Hi, Marty. First, let me thank you for all the snack promotion that you do on YouTube. We appreciate the product sales that you have helped to generate. You also look good in snack gear." That's the email from Mr. Victor Conte. I got a question on that. I got a question on that real quick. If I look good in the snack gear, if my promotion on YouTube has done the same thing that Tank's negative promotion did on Twitter, which was drive sales and allow his company to generate sales based on my promotion, isn't it only right to send me a check and a promo code? I mean, isn't it only right? Well, Mr. Victor Conte begs to differ, because when I woke up this morning, there was an email sent to me again by Mr. Victor Conte, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to read the first sentence that says, "Hi, Marty. I was kind of pulling your chain a bit just for fun, and some of my responses about you repping snack products." Wow. What a disappointment. What a disappointment. Man. I mean, if I'm helping the company drive sales, I mean, send me a little something, man. A little promo code, I like that Marty 25, though. That was a nice promo code. That's all I'm saying. Do some good business. Well, he said he was just pulling my chin. Really, people say pulling your chain. So I think he might have been pulling your chain. But pulling your chain or pulling your chin, I'm just really throwing a dig at you, throwing a shot at you for repping the products, repping the gear. Patrick, I thought we were going to be able to do business. Man. Well, it happens in life. You win some, you lose some. But the thing is, that people got to understand is that, like Mr. Victor Conte said, I'm a student. When it comes to anti-doping, I am a student. When it comes to doping, I am a student. He is the professor. I would have to agree because he understands so much, his experience, his knowledge about it. You know, he is the professor. I have to acquiesce to his position. I totally agree with him. I don't know anything about VADA testing protocols. I mean, more than what I know now, but I mean, like, even beyond the scope of what I know, I still don't know nothing, especially compared to Victor Conte. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about anti-doping. Neither do the audience here. We don't know. And I think that we should be educated on it so that misinformation doesn't be dispelled or doesn't disseminate from this channel. Because everybody that know me know I don't do the misinformation thing. But Victor Conte said I am misinforming the people. That's what he said. Now, in one of the comments on YouTube, we almost done. Stay right there. We got some more information. In one of the comments on YouTube, Victor Conte did speak on VADA testing. Now, there were some questions in that same video that I asked about VADA testing that Victor Conte did not answer. They were questions directed basically toward him to get his insight on something. It was a long video. I think that was a video, it was like 20 something minutes. That was a couple days ago. And this is where he responded. And I know he responded now because like he confirmed on X, formerly known as Twitter, that was actually him. So the reason why I didn't respond to these later YouTube comments is because initially I thought it was a troll and I didn't think it was really him. You know what I mean? So I won't give the whole I won't get this whole thing that you see on your screen. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read just a few sentences because there's two parts to this. Hi, Marty. This is the real Victor Conte. So let's further clarify how the VADA testing actually works. You seem to be making some inaccurate assumptions. All random testing dates are controlled by VADA and nobody else. Let me clarify something. This is not him talking now. This is just me. I never said that nobody else, nowhere in no video, stated that someone else outside of VADA controls the dates of the actual testing. I never said that. I don't know where he get that from. Maybe he was just letting me know that it's all random, which I've been saying it is random. So I don't know where that line of thinking came from. Any event, I'll continue reading. The reason there are different dates and frequency of the testing is because random means random. So if a boxer is tested 5 times, meaning 4 times during training camp and 1 time on fight night, over an 8-week pre-fight period, the tests could possibly be 3 times the first week and 1 time the second, and not again until fight night. These are the words of Victor Conte responding to the VADA testing protocol. In part 2, he said these words towards the end of the exchange. This is the continuation of the first the first part that I just showed you. He said, post Pacquiao, any substance found that is similar in structure to testosterone will easily be detected and classified as a positive test result. The use of undetectable anabolic steroids in sport simply no longer exists. That was the words from Victor Conte. Okay. I just dropped the link in the, what's the name? Turn my camera off so we know what we're doing right now. I'm gonna put the link up, pin the link to the top. And just so y'all know, speaking of the link, now that we already know that you know, that was Victor Conte. I actually sent him a link just last night. I got my guy Detailed Boxing in the back. I got Gregory Quarterbaum in the back. Hold on, y'all. Let me pin this to the top because I know more people want to come in and give their take on it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, okay? I want to make sure I do this because we're here now. And we got to deal with it. Okay. Give me 1 second, everybody. Yeah, we're going to deal with it now. Because the evidence is out now. You know, people pick and choose when they want to, you know, speak on certain things. They pick and choose. You know, been saying that I'm biased. I'm only saying this because Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence. That's what they said. Did not say it about all the other SNAC fighters. I'm still wrong. You know what I mean? So let me I'm trying to see if I can put this link up there for the people. Because I know you all want to respond. You know, I know people want to, you know, speak on it and give your opinion on the matter. Hold on, let me do this like this. Good now. We good now. Link pin to the top now. Yep. All right, let me see who we got. My man. I'm going to let y'all on 2 at a time, all right? I see everybody else in the back. I'm going to let y'all on. Detailed Boxing, double salute. What's up, my brother?
What's going on?
Hey,
Oh,
Detail.
man. I'm good. Double salute to you, Greg. What's up, Mr. Greg?
How you doing? Hey, Detail.
Salute, my brother.
How are you?
Doing
Hey,
good.
Detail, before you speak, brother, there's a thing on your screen right there. Victor Conte said them Marty people. Man, who he talking about, bro? What's your take on all this, Detail?
Well, I know maybe he's talking to all the people who who don't agree with him or agree with some of the other people who believe different of what we saw. You know what I'm saying? People, I guess the people who don't believe in what he believes or what the other side believes. I guess that's what he's saying to me.
What's your take on the Marty people, Mr. Greg?
Before I even answer, let me say this is a testament of what I've been telling you about. They are watching you. The people who criticize you, the people who we criticize, the people who pretend that they don't watch, all of them watching you. And I've been telling you that they've been paying attention to you. And now this is confirmation that somebody who's controversial has been so for a long time, been watching what all of us on this particular show have said, whether we are Crawford fans or not. By him saying those Marty people, this makes me believe he's been specifically watching your show. And he said that he's dropped comments in that you've missed. So that tells me that he's been watching your show back when I said that people are watching. And you just missed it because you thought maybe it was a troll or what have you. It's an impact. Guys like D-Town and the younger guys who really want to see boxing not even have the appearance or the perception of cheating do have an effect because they're on the show, their shows or comments on shows like this continuously. They watching that. It has had an effect on him that he had to stop whatever he was doing and send responses to defend himself, to try to address his image. Even somebody like me who you know is a Crawford fan who has stated the fact that he's even a part of boxing again is bad. Whether the SNAC program, which I'm using to the products, is separate from him. He is the link that has to be eliminated just because of the perception. So that's what he's feeling. He's feeling comments like mine or even harsher comments like other people will have, or people who just straight up saying, you cheated before, you cheated now, and that's what they believe. It's going to have an effect on them. Sooner or later, I believe some of the fighters who are on the SNAC program right now are going to have second thoughts about whether they want that on their heads, on their resumes, or continuously be on their resumes as well. So yeah, that's why he's responding. He's trying to respond with some intelligence. The fact of the matter is his hand got forced because people are talking, and the fact that it's now spread out into other podcast platforms makes him realize he got to start saying something, and he's been doing it. That's my take on it, at least.
Sorry about that. I see.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. I see exactly what you mean. Double salute to Lucky McKinnels. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Thank you for your contribution. Lucky McKinnels said, "Tell Victor to shout out Lucky McKinnels." All right, I'll tell him because he watching right now, Lucky. So you can tell him yourself. Hey, D-Town. All the people that was scared to talk about the SNAC program, I've been standing 10 toes down, telling the people it work, telling the people that all of the benefits of the SNAC program, which I've been posting on the screen, the SNAC does improve level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. A lot of people been criticizing me for 5 months straight, saying that I'm hating on Crawford, I'm hating on Victor Conte, I'm hating on this person, I'm hating on Devin Haney, all of this stuff. Now they got the boss, the millionaire, the controversial guy, and now he's reaching out to me. I mean, what's all this really about, D-Town? Like, am I really the poster boy of putting SNAC program on the minds of the people? I mean, what's going on with this thing here, man?
Well, the deal is the ball is starting to roll. It been rolling behind the scenes far as us talking about what we didn't like. We've been saying this, and they said we was crazy, we was hating, we just making up stuff. Now you got other people talking about it, like Tank Davis and things like that, who actually has a following. And then if you have more channels and more boxers or Hall of Famers or other people who starting to come out and say it. People who was ashamed or people who didn't want to talk about it is starting to see that more people are coming out talking about Victor Conte. Then guess what? Now you got a hornet's nest. So Victor Conte, he see this stuff. Now he want to come out and start claiming that he's going to educate us, which we got questions that we want to be answered. Now, I'm not saying that he can't educate us on certain things. Yes, he can. But the things that we want to ask him might be questions he don't want to, that he don't want to answer. I don't know. Maybe he do. But who to say that he will give us a fair answer? Who would say that he would give us the right answer? Who to say he won't give us the runarounds? I mean, I don't know. So why not have Victor Conte, the one who can say something, because Terrence Crawford probably can't say nothing. Devin Haney can't say nothing. I don't know. But Victor Conte, he can speak. So Victor Conte see what's happening, and now he wants to come out and defend himself. And by all rights, he should. He should. So when he say these Marty people, you said that you was the professor. He came out and said he's the professor, you the student. All these different things. You had Tank Davis say those SNAC people. Now he want to say these Marty people. No, it's just people who bring an awareness that we see something and we want to answer. That's it. I never said that he sold illegal stuff. I never said that. I said that whatever he got works. Whatever products he got works. Now I do see certain things. I don't want to get into great details, but we'll get into that later. But go ahead, bro.
Right. I got you, bro. I got you. The thing is, and to keep it all the way 100 with the people and all of you, my family, I'm still trying to process it all. Like I said, I woke up this morning and when I woke up this morning, it was an email that I was sent by Victor Conte. So we on two different time zones. So when I woke up this morning, he actually sent the email it's probably the middle of the night where I'm at, but it's late at night where he is in California. So the thing about it is, he's not going to send a promo code. We see that. He's not going to send a check. We see that. He did not answer some of the questions that I did actually have for him in some of them videos. He did clarify a few things specifically about VADA testing, and I do appreciate that. But like you said, D-Town, he said that he is the professor. He said that I'm a student when it comes to this, and I am a student. And the thing is, not only am I willing to learn, like I told him in an email twice, and I'll tell him live if he's watching, we all are willing to learn. And I look forward to Victor Conte being a man of his word. And I say being a man of his word only because in the email last night, like you all see on your screen here, he said it. Maybe we can chat and further discuss some of the anti-doping issues that exist in boxing after the holiday season.
Keep his feet to the fire on that, because
I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Greg.
Yeah. You got to do that, and
I'm looking forward to it.
Testament again, but I'm saying the impact that you have begun to have that was happening, and you weren't seeing it yet. I said it was coming, and now you're seeing the fruition of all of that. Just like D-Town said, I'm sure he got some questions as a podcaster and others as well. But if he's saying that in the beginning of the year, he's going to address this further with you, then he's coming to you first, because you were the source that started the fire, so to speak. So it makes sense. You go to the head of the class. I mean, there may be some even deeper and harsher questions in other platforms, but you go where it first got started at. And so if he comes here, hopefully you'll get a show and there'll be some content out of that, and y'all can have a one-on-one discussion, and we can send you any questions that we may have. But if he's opening the door, he don't have a choice now. He's open. Even if you crack the door and peeped out, he can't close it back now, because now more questions, or the same questions we've asked, or same things that has been said, regardless of who say them and why, he's going to have to address, because they're going to keep coming. Now, I can see you want him wanting to maybe avoid certain things here and there, because that's just going to be what he's going to do. But once he opens the door and come talk to you, someone who he knows gonna have some serious, straightforward questions that you can't wiggle out of, you're either gonna answer them or you're not. So I would just, push that. When he comes on, or however y'all arranged it, y'all go and have that serious discussion, because fight fans, whoever they favor, how often they watch, now all want to understand. We watched this documentary for some who weren't even born then, or were too little to watch boxing. Some like me who was here when all of that was happening, but we all got still the same kind of questions, regardless of whether we like them or not. All those things now got to be addressed, and I applaud you for being the first one to do that. And take your bow, get your flowers. I mean, it ain't nothing to be puzzled about. This is what you were trying to do. You was trying to educate. Now people are starting to say, damn, excuse me, darn, Marty is actually doing this. It's actually happening. And for the guys that are out there who were wanting to see things like this happen, who are on this channel, you chose properly. I'm saying that to them. You chose the right channel to be a part of. So yeah, man, take your flowers, and we're gonna be watching to see how it plays out.
Yep, I am interested in Victor Conte educating us, coming here to, he's the professor, and I am looking forward to him coming here, providing us with, whatever he wants to provide us with as far as education. I will open the platform up for him. The platform, will be his. The audience will be listening. But we got to deal with what's real. And I will take my bow. I mean, you said it, Mr. Greg, so I'll take a little bow, for standing 10 toes down. Like I said, Carl Brown even knows this. There were certain people that didn't want to touch on the SNAC program, didn't want to deal with the fighters that is on the SNAC program. Some people might say it's illegal and whatnot. I don't know. I always say it works. Most people can say whatever they want, but the bottom line is, we're here now, and we got everybody that watch this channel. I mean, we got people all over the world that watch this channel: boxers, world champions, managers, promoters, the big timers, and now Victor Conte. They all watch. They know what type of time it is when they come over here.
Yeah,
We're gonna get the truth.
They watching what's been said, and in terms of, I don't think there's any more, or there shouldn't be any more question about whether the supplements work. They do. You're talking to a 67-year-old man who only started using two particular products mid-November. I see, for what it is what I'm trying to do and been doing, I see where my improvement is. So I can imagine the fighters who are on a full regimented program with all the exercising all the training that they do, the oxygen machines, the cryogenic machines that they use, plus you're getting well done nutriments that you might not get enough of them out of your food. So I can imagine, and we can see how some of those fighters in their performance, because that's all it's doing. Now, the people who believe in steroids, I'm not going to argue with that anymore, because we can believe it or not. But nutriments are always designed, even in foods, for you to get the maximum performance out of your body, whether you're a farmer, a fighter, a runner, a baseball player, football player. You want to be able to get the maximum performance out of your body, your lungs, your heart, your blood flow, your muscles, everything. And if you can get that, and you have the exceptional talent and the great training, yeah, you're gonna go out and perform well. That's all that's guaranteed to you if you do all of those things. The winning, whatever your sport's in, that's not guaranteed to you. If you cheat, it's going to get found out if you're doing something that's not legal or it's cheating. But right now, we can argue about that until the sky's falling about whether they're cheating. But we can say that the SNAC program, this is what it's designed to do, and that's what it should be doing. It works. So let's not argue about whether it works or not. If we're going to argue, let's just make sure there's no illegal substances that's involved. We can separate that, but the nutrients themselves, they do work.
Yep. Let me get these two super chats. And I got my guy Carl Brown here. Double salute to my guy Toon. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Toon. Toon said Victor Conte is a known cheater, point blank. How this dude was allowed to scroll back in boxing after the first scandal is ridiculous. These channels know this is wrong, but won't say nothing because their favorite fighter is using it. That was from Toon. Then we also have another super chat from Many Face Publishing. Double salute to you, Many Face Publishing, for your support to the channel. Many Face Publishing says, I like that Broncos shirt. Let's go. And he's referring to the man that's wearing the Broncos shirt. And that's my guy, Carl Brown. Carl, you heard what Toon just said. There's a lot of speculation of Victor Conte, the owner of the SNAC program. Of course, you were here. You saw that I put all the evidence on the screen, the receipts. That the owner of SNAC reached out to me. He's been making comments on Twitter and YouTube, my YouTube channel here, to me. Some people may have the same thought process as Toon, that the SNAC products is steroids or whatever he's doing with those fighters. Bottom line, like Mr. Greg said, it works. Victor Conte reached out to me, Carl Brown. I mean, what's your take on all this, bro?
Look, I was about to say, I got jokes. So I'm like, hold up, Manager Marty. He ain't just reach out to you. We family over here. He said to Marty. he said,
you know what?
Marty.
He did say
them Marty people.
Them Marty people.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold up. He talking to all of us. Even the ones that defended him, he talking to. You know what I mean? Because they be over here and they over there on this channel to get the proper learning education that you dishing out. Like, and we already been there. I told you already, Marty, you one of the top dudes that, you know what I mean, even if you never told nobody that you was a manager. One thing I can say, that you know what you're talking about. And anybody that's debating you on that, it tell you a lot about them. You know what I mean? It don't tell you nothing about yourself, because we already know we here to learn. I know that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Like I told you before, I come on this channel, I don't gotta look up on Google. I don't gotta do I come right to Manager Marty channel. I go to other channels just to see what they chopping it up about. But when I'm over here on Manager Marty channel, no lie, I'm always learning something, and you always teaching something. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think we spoke on this a couple of times. I don't see how a known cheat can be allowed back in boxing. I just that like there, and we made it clear. How can fighters say they're using a God-gifted ability if they go in the SNAC? And like you just said, we don't have to keep on saying if SNAC work or not. We know SNAC work. That's 100%. 100%. Nobody should be debating. Nobody should come to you. It's work. The ones that's debating you is the ones that trying to get, one day Mentor Marty gonna flip flop over his word. But little do they know that you constantly going forward because there ain't nothing to go back on. Only time we go back on is when we sit here and when we like right now we debating the same old thing, and we ain't trying to get through nobody's head that it works because we all know it works. But the thing about the whole, why is boxers going to use it? I mean, going to a dude that is known for cheat. That's the part I never will get. I never could get that.
Well, Carl, he went to prison, but he changed his life around, and now he's back in boxing. So I think that's why, because he changed his life around.
Yeah, but why he can't? See, he changed his life around. But I'm talking about let's speak for the people that's dealing with him. He changed his life around, but if you was known for something already, like this what I told my homeboys, like you already know I always go through a little story, but look, that's what I tell my homeboys. A lot of my homeboys, either they blood or they crip. No lie, I'll tell you some stories. Growing up, I never had thoughts in my mind of saying I'm gonna become a blood or a crip. My name held who I was, and people respected me as that such. You know what I mean? Even now, to this day, I go back to my hood. I'm respected as Carl Brown. A lot of people don't even know that's my real name. Word of born, man, Marty. That's why I don't got no problem using it. When I go on these platforms, a lot of people don't even know that Carl Brown is my real name because they say it in so much of a slang. But anyway, I ain't had to get in no game to be accepted. And a lot of these people that's already professional boxers, even the eye test, like Boots, like we could clearly see Boots good. We could clearly see Virgil Ortiz, he good. Earl, good. Crawford, good. You get what I'm saying? What did they need to go to a guy that was known for doing something bad in any sport? That's the part I don't get. If you good, you good.
Yeah.
Can I ask Toon a question?
Huh?
Toon, you have a podcast, right?
That's Carl Brown.
Yeah, Carl Brown. You got a podcast, right?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
You think that's Deem? You might thinking of Deem.
Okay.
That's Deem. There's a guy who I let me tell you something. This guy, I haven't seen him in a long time. And I miss this guy. He's one of the smartest guys that came on this panel since I've been on YouTube. I remember him being on the panel when I was talking about the SNAC program. I think it was like a couple of weeks after the Crawford versus Spence fight. I was drinking the supplements that day, I believe. That's one of the last times I've seen him here. And I'm glad to see him today. This guy knows his boxing, and he always put things in proper perspective. And this is my guy, Shahid L. Shahid, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. I miss you. What's going on, man?
That's who I thought that was.
Yeah, peace, King. Salute to everybody on the page right now. Salute everybody. Just kicking it with this. Yes, sir.
Salute to you back, brother. I don't know at what point in time did you join in on a live, but I don't know if you got an opportunity to see all the receipts and the dialogue that myself and Victor Conte had. He's been reaching out to me. We've had a couple of dialogues through email and Twitter. X, it's called X now. He's full force on me now, Shahid. What's your take on everything, man?
Well, salute to you for, you caused the uproar across the nation because, you got even the females, out here saying that SNAC program, they even know about it. Everybody know. If I'm lying, I'm flying. They know because they hear your podcast and they know about the cheating. We just ain't gonna, come out there and say, it's just a specific boxers because it's more than one. There's more than one with the SNAC program. I'm gonna get a T-shirt made if with your permission, and it's gonna say the SNAC program with all the SNAC program the way you say it. I'm gonna put that on the T-shirt because Floyd Mayweather said 11 years ago, they just not cheating in boxing, they cheating in all sports.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Floyd Mayweather can say it, why can't all of a sudden we say it? Why can't you say it now? Because Mayweather said this 11 years ago about Manny Pacquiao, and who Victor Conte said who's been a cheater suspected of being the cheater all his career. But Mayweather called that before he even fought Pacquiao. He said they're not just cheating in boxing, they're cheating in all sports. He said all he wanted was a little bit of blood and a little bit of urine to be on even playing field. Mayweather called that 11 years ago, and here we are 11 years later with the same shit, or same stuff, excuse me.
Well,
you're exposing these people that don't want to be exposed, and now they mad at you for saying the same thing that they really was thinking.
Well, the thing is, Shaheed, if I can, when Floyd Mayweather said it about Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao did not have a residence in this country. He's from the Philippines. He resided in the Philippines, but he did have a promoter who graduated from Harvard Law School, who used to be under the administration of the Kennedys as an attorney and prosecutor, and that's Bob Arum. And I believe Bob Arum at the time gave Manny Pacquiao the resources and the knowledge to be able to file a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather said that about Pacquiao. And the reason why I say that is because obviously we know that Manny Pacquiao sued Mayweather, and I think and his uncle Roger, but I know Mayweather for sure had to pay an undisclosed amount to settle the lawsuit against Manny Pacquiao for slander. However, when Victor Conte said even more egregious things than Floyd Mayweather, you know, I didn't hear about him getting sued by Manny Pacquiao or nobody else. So all I'm saying is if the rules going to apply, we got to make the rules apply to everybody. Now, of course, I didn't say anything illegal as far as the SNAC program, but the bottom line is that we know that it enhanced the performances of these fighters. Now, it remains to be seen. But see, that's why I keep saying it works, because people know it works. And I know that the favorite fighters of certain people are on this program. And I'm talking about Terrence Crawford and even Devin Haney being the main two that's like, you know, they're spearheading it because they're more popular than some of the other people that might be on the SNAC program. But the bottom line is their performances has been enhanced like everybody else, and it works. You know, and people can get mad at me all they want to, but the thing is, all I did was speak the truth. Band up, you up here too, brother. What's up, man? What you think about all this stuff going on? The guy Victor Conte, you know, he's reaching out to me now, brother.
Salute, band up.
What's good? What's good?
Hey, man.
What's good? First of all, what's good? What's good, everybody? First of all, I went back and I saw what he did with that Boost Mobile box. He got me messed up.
Yeah.
He got me with the Boost Mobile box. Oh man, that had me in tears last night. That had me in tears. Two, you know, Victor got to speak. You know, he had to speak out because, like I said, all you know, at a certain point, Manager Marty gonna need that promo code. You're gonna need that promo code, and like you said, not a lot of people learned. Know about Conte or the SNAC program at all. Like I told you, I didn't. Not gonna lie to you, I gotta replay this again because I was busy for like a good hour or time or 30 minutes, but I missed what you had with your response. The most important piece, man, I missed it. I gotta go back. But I'm still rocking with you, you know what I meing? And it's gonna be more. I already know you got some more. I already know you got some more juice. I already know you. I know you got some more juice.
You better believe it. Well, the thing is, you might have missed the part where, you know, I woke up this morning, and I know Aaron H. Muhammad just got in the chat, and some other people that might have missed some of the receipts that I showed on the screen. But I woke up this morning. The last correspondence when I woke up this morning was an email that Victor Conte sent me last night, late. Well, on his time is late last night. In my time, it was the middle of the night. But when I woke up this morning, he did send an email. The email is on, everybody's screen right now, and he basically said, I ain't gonna read the whole thing again. I just want to read the last piece in the first paragraph that says, maybe we can chat and further discuss some of the anti-doping issues that exist in boxing after the holiday season. That was from, Victor Conte. But the thing is, I want Mr. Victor, and he's probably watching now. And I actually sent him a link to this program, to what we doing now. Last night I sent him a link if he wanted to come up, but whether he come up or not, right now I do want Mr. Victor to come up here so he can educate us on the VADA protocol, so he can educate us on him being a professor and knowing about performance enhancing and anti-doping and all other things that he wanted to clarify. I would like to open my platform up for him to come on up here, because to my understanding, I was actually also given an email of a clip from a roller tape film crew member where Victor Conte was on the Coach Malachi, aka Coach Toby channel almost 2 weeks ago. So my thing is, if you can go on that channel, I'm sure Mr. Vic will come over here, because the thing is, you got these guys, you got these guys, Shaheed, who be tap dancing and bootlicking. You know what I mean? They don't want to ask certain questions. You know what I mean? Because I want the people to be educated. I want to be educated. So there's certain questions that I want to ask Mr. Conte, because there are some misclarifications on certain things. You know what I mean? So my thing is, just come on over and let's talk about it. Let's deal with the realities of what we need to talk about, especially with the SNAC program. I mean, it's his ingredients, it's his company, it's his program. Nobody's qualified more than him to speak on it. You know what I mean? So I figured if you're going to reach out to me for speaking on it, then that means you, like Mr. Greg said, since you did that publicly, that means you opening yourself up to be able to, extend the knowledge. So, Victor Conte, if you listening, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have a panel of people up here when you come. It's just going to be me and you. They're going to be in the back. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be listening, because you are the professor. I'm the student, like you said, and we want to get educated on this whole thing. I mean, we need answers. That's just what that is. We have
What's he
a
going to school
guy,
you on? Manager, what's he going to school you on? Cheating? He going to school you on cheating?
What?
What's he going to school you on?
Well, he said he wanted to school me on anti-doping and VADA. So I guess that means anything that's regarding cheating, what's happening in the sport of boxing with cheating, how to not cheat in boxing, because he did say that there are a lot of cheaters that are in sports, period, and in boxing. He didn't say that the people that work with him, he said that he believed, and in the email, he said to me personally that he believed that all of the SNAC fighters are clean. And I'm sure he does, because they work with him, and he knows how to basically make them clean fighters, because he knows everything. I mean, I don't think there's not one thing about anti-doping that he doesn't know, because he's so well versed on it, and he works with VADA. He understands the testing protocol and everything. So, like I said, I would love for him to come up to educate us, so we all can understand, what I mean, what it's all about. We got a guy, this is his first time here. I was told that you're from Nigeria. Floyd, is that your name? Floyd?
Yeah, Manager Marty, what's up?
How you doing, sir? Glad to have you here.
Floyd Bright.
Floyd Bright. This is your first time here, correct?
It's my first time joining your chat, but I've been watching you since I first saw your channel after the Spence fight, Crawford and Spence fight. That's when I saw your channel, and that's when I started watching you.
Oh man, I appreciate your viewership. And if you saw my channel from the time Crawford and Spence, then you are well versed on my take on the SNAC program and how much it works. Correct?
Yes. Basically, I'm a Crawford fan, but I think the SNAC program works. Because if you don't, there's no need to be over there. But I'm also curious. I want to know, do you think? Or I just want to ask you, what about Spence over there with I know he was working with Blu-ray before. I don't know the guy he's working with now. I mean he's a fitness coach. Do you think they are also taking something else, like something else we don't know, or any
Nah, you can't
supplements
say.
like that?
I want to make sure. I want to make sure that we're clear, because I'm trying to understand your language. So you said, "Do I believe that Spence?"
No,
Go ahead. You
I did not say do you believe. If I said if you believe, that means I'm saying something that I know.
okay?
Okay, I'm asking, do you think
Yes.
or don't you think they are using something else over there that is not the SNAC program? Because they have he has a fitness coach. I don't. Do you think it's just pure training without no supplement, just pure training, physical training that gives him in
Physical
shape like
training.
that?
Physical training. I did hear you say physical. Are you referring to Errol Spence and Blu-ray, or are you talking about boxers?
No, no, no. I'm talking about Errol Spence. I'm talking about Spence. I'm talking
Errol
about
Spence.
Spence.
Um, I don't know if he's using any supplements. What I do know is he's not on the SNAC program. I do know that part. That Errol Spence is not on the SNAC program, so I don't know if he's using supplements from some other program or GMC products and stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But
All right,
but Earl
but
Smith, Earl,
to be frank with you, man, you don't know what you're causing over here because in Africa we are like not I can't say Africa as a whole, but I say in Nigeria we are crazy about boxing. But it's just that if not been is nobody's noticing us. But I think like when the fight when it's time for fights, we stay awake. If like when during the Crawford fight, we watched it 4 a.m. in the morning over here. We had to stay awake just to make sure. And the uproar, the crowd. If you go to a viewing center, there'll be much crowd. Everybody will be talking. Since then, you've been saying about this supplement and all these things. Everybody have been having. Everybody's confused. Like some are not giving Crawford the credit he deserves, and some are. But it's kind of confusing. Like
I
most
understand.
people most people from my country, from my hood, let me say from my hood, they are watching me right now in this life, and they like they told me like I should ask you these questions, like because everybody they want to be clear. They want to be clear.
Yes.
They
And
want
let me say this to the audience. All over the world and in Nigeria, I didn't know that I had Nigerians
See?
watching me. We love you out there in Nigeria. Thank you for your viewership from Manager Marty all the way to you. Salute to everybody in Nigeria. So
Yes,
listen, my
indeed.
brother, from me to you, and for you representing your country, you can ask me any question you want. You're on the panel, my brother. You are open to ask me any question for your countrymen. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But hold on for a second before you ask me. I got to get the people that paid the money first, my brother. Because I got bills to pay now. Because Victor Conte, he didn't want to cut me a check and a promo code. So now I got to depend on my people, you know what I mean, to help build the channel up. That's all I'm saying. Double salute to my God. I love having fun, Mr. Greg.
Yes.
Double salute to my guy, Toon. One more time, Toon. Toon said, if I work at a bank and robbed that bank and they threw me in jail and I got out of jail, will that bank hire me again? Toon said no.
No.
They're not going to hire him again. And of course, I totally agree. Double salute to my guy, Lifeline Music. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Lifeline says, Manager Marty, you are clever in what you are doing. Stay ahead of the game. This is a channel I will continue to support. Salute to Detail Boxing and Mr. Gregory. Thank you, Lifeline Music. He see the play that we running, and it works just like the SNAC program does. Super sticker from my guy, Lifeline Music. Detail Boxing, you still there, brother?
Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
All right, we got a guy named Benzo. You know, Benzo's controversial. I know that he's going to have a few things to say. Uh, Benzo, are you there, sir?
I saw the receipts that you put up today. I listened, I saw it. But I got a question for y'all though. I got a question for y'all.
All right, well, ask me
Are
first.
we
Hold on. Ask
okay,
me the
okay, okay.
question. Yeah,
Okay,
ask
okay.
it to me.
All
Cause
right,
you
all
know
right.
what? I want
Oh,
all the
okay.
smoke to come my way. You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Merry
judging.
Christmas. It's
No.
a smoky Christmas, baby. Here's my question. If we're gonna go ahead and say that snack works,
Yes.
are we also gonna point the finger at all the other boxers? If you will, Two Cents has a lot of favorite boxers who are on snack, but those people are being criticized the way that Spence is being criticized. That's my question.
Well, I didn't think Spence was on the snack program.
No, Crawford. My bad, Crawford. Those other people on snack, are they going to be criticized the same way that Crawford is being criticized? Is my question.
Well, I can answer that, and I'm sure I'll let some people on the panel answer. Well, first and foremost, it sounds. Let me make sure I'm clear. It sounds like you're saying, is Crawford going to be the only one criticized for being on snack, and not the other fighters on snack? Is that what I want to make sure?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Now let me be clear on something. I'm not criticizing nobody for being on snack. Let me be clear. I'm not criticizing. You know why I'm not criticizing? Because they decided in their hearts that they were going to go over there and deal with Victor Conte, a guy who everybody knows his history of, and some people out of those everybody feel like he's still suspicious because he has a cloud of suspicion following him around. So if people still want to go deal with Victor Conte, you know, whether he changed his life around or not, with that cloud of suspicion, that's their decision. I'm not criticizing them. What I'm saying is that if you go over there, stand what you do, stand on it. Because when people feel like they're suspicious of you and your performance, they got to stand on it. Now, I said that the SNAC program works. I don't care if there's 25 fighters on the SNAC program. They all have shown us time and time again that the SNAC program works. There's not one fighter that's on the SNAC program that have not shown us that the advertisement that you see on your screen right here is false. You ain't gonna find one fighter on SNAC at one point in time that showed us, yo, the products and whatever else they doing over there, and I can say whatever else they doing over there, because Terrence Crawford said there's different things that different fighters use over at the snack. See, Crawford told us that it was certain things that he used, not certain things that he do. It's certain things that he used that other fighters don't use. You see? See, what I'm doing is, see, you keep asking me about Crawford. All I'm doing is showing you what Crawford said. That's why I'm using Crawford as an example. And I can use Devin Haney because Devin Haney said on the Netflix documentary, he said that it's performance enhancements without the drugs. And then he laughed, Shaheed. He laughed and said, ha ha, Victor's a mad scientist. What that young man said. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the fighters that's over there. They're giving commentary on their experience over there. And all I'm doing is repeating what they said. It works. So it's not just Terrence Crawford. All them fighters over there have benefited from what you see on your screen. That the snack products improve your level of fitness, it help you lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. And you've seen it. Everybody done seen the fighters that's over there at Snack. They build muscle. They don't get tired. They have recovery. You know what I mean? They have a good level of fitness, and their performance has been enhanced. And even you know that. Did I answer your question, Benzo?
Oh, you answered my question, and I apologize. I wasn't implying that you're criticizing them. I'm
No,
saying that
it's
in the general scope of things, most people scrutinize him and people on SNAC. That's what I was trying to say.
Terrence Crawford? Or
Yeah. But my question is, do you feel if it's fair for him to be scrutinized by people, if he's going to be scrutinized for whatever reason, right? The snack product, it works or whatever, enhancing it, whatever. Do you feel like it should also be fair that all the other people that are on SNAC should be scrutinized?
Yeah,
Should that be done?
I think it's fair that everybody should be scrutinized. Like, for example, I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. So Caleb Plant, right? He knocked out Anthony Durrell with one punch, something that we haven't seen him do. Not that I recall, because they call him Sweet Hand Shaheed. You know, they say he don't really got no power, but he knocked out the guy Anthony Durrell with one punch, knockout power, something that David Benavidez couldn't do a year to a year and a half before that. So you know, when people see that, they say, "Whoa, how are you able to do that?" They see, "Oh, SNAC Pro, he knocked out David Ebenezer with one punch, something that we haven't seen Terrence Crawford do, especially not in the welterweight division. I'm talking about out cold, not TKO. I'm talking about knocked him out cold. That's something that we haven't seen him do. So people can look at that and say, "But damn, how are you able to do?" He's on the SNAC program. Not only that, in the Errol Spence fight, Terrence Crawford knocked down Errol Spence in the second round from a 1 to 2. He knocked him down with the 2. Something that we never seen nobody do to Errol Spence. People can look at that and say, "Damn, how he was able to do that?" He's on the SNAC program.
No, that's because of Spence, though. That's because of Spence.
Let me finish. Devin Haney, he hit Regis Prograis with the same exact 2-punch that Terrence Crawford hit Spence with, not in the second round, but in the third round, he knocked him down, something that Devin Haney couldn't do to a smaller guy in Lomachenko, but then now he goes up in weight, the power carries up there with him, and he knocked down a bigger guy. People might say, "Well, then, how was he able to do that?" Oh, the SNAC program. You see, watch this. Hold on. Mario Barrios. It don't stop there, Benzo. Mario Barrios get in the ring. He drops Ugas, something that Errol Spence couldn't even do. In this last fight, people can say, "But dang, how is Mario Barrios able to do that?" And people can say, "The SNAC program." See, I can go on and on with all of them. So what I'm trying to say is that if people are suspicious, or let's say they're not suspicious, they just see the enhancements of their performance, the SNAC program works. Why is that a negative thing when I just said everything that was facts to you just now, Benzo?
Hey, Benzo.
Can I go, Benzo?
Oh,
yeah,
Benzo.
you guys can talk. Yeah, I'm just listening.
No,
I got something.
Hold on. Let him answer.
I just said I just listening to you guys. To your opinion.
Hey, Benzo.
What I'm saying is real quick, Benzo, is I just gave you all facts. I didn't give you my opinions on nothing. Shaheed is shaking his head, yeah, because he even know that it was all facts that I just gave. I didn't give my opinion. I didn't accuse nobody. I gave you all facts that everybody can agree that's true. So I'm saying is, why is it a negative connotation? Why is it like, you see what I'm saying? Like, why is it a problem if people can point out that they always on a SNAC program when these things happen? It works.
Irrefutable. Your facts are irrefutable. If they try to rebut it, they'll look ignorant trying to rebut, because you didn't accuse anybody of anything. You just gave all irrefutable facts. No natural boxer or no natural athlete needs any type of performance enhancement. If you got it naturally, you don't need no enhancement if you got it naturally.
Here's where I see it too. I don't see it in the exact same way. There's a difference between somebody improving and somebody enhancing. Enhancement to me means you're doing something that's not kosher or not legal, because that's like me claiming I'm bulletproof, but really I done snuck a bulletproof vest under my shirt. That's going to enhance my resistance to the bullet. It ain't gonna be my chest or my skin or my strength. It's gonna be that vest. Nutriment with the snack program, from my perspective, as I've always said, because I've already told you all that I use it now, is that you get. I showed it on screen, so it's this is not new. I had seen you on.
Well, I missed that. I missed that. I didn't know that.
It was just a couple days ago.
I saw it.
Or since November. But nutriments, be it you buy them from GNC or whatever you buy them from a health food store, only does one thing. It helps you get the maximum performance out of your body. If you're taking steroids, the steroids are making you do something that your body shouldn't be doing. Difference for that. So when I go and I'm going to fight, let's say I haven't been getting the right kind of nutrients and vitamins and so forth, I'm only performing at 80%, where I should be able to get to 100%. But my training is not as good because my body isn't as in tip-top condition. So if I'm getting the right foods and right nutrients, I'm going to get the best out of my body. I'm seeing that's what the program does for the fighters. Now, depending on the level of talent and the level of competition will play a role as well. We saw fighters do what we had never seen them do before. So the question that we're going to always be debating is are they cheating with steroids, or is the SNAC program, which I say does work, giving them that maximum performance? That's where we're going to always be at. Some people are going to always say, no, they cheating. They're using some kind of antibiotic steroid that can't be found or that VADA isn't catching. So we're going to always argue that part. But what I would say to Benzo, I'm a diehard Spence fan. I'm sorry, Crawford fan. Yeah, Crawford's fan. And I don't dislike anybody.
I was going to be like, Greg, no.
But no.
There's a Freudian slip right there.
But listen, I understand the suspicion of Victor Conte. I understand that. Crawford understood it too, in my opinion, but was willing to accept the criticism. See, I'm willing to criticize him as well, even though I support him. Victor Conte is bad for your image, period. I don't care if he's doing this now. He's trying to claiming to educate, to show how not to do, et cetera, et cetera. The fact of the matter is you helped destroy athletes' lives, even though they made their choices as well. So you always gonna have that bad bone on your head. Now you coming over to fighters, and we've seen fighters do what we hadn't seen them before. That's okay, because we should see fighters do things we've never seen them before, as long as it's not illegal. Crawford's going to have to take the criticism because of what he has said as well. He said, I answered that immediately. I take the SNAC program, I'm on the SNAC program, and I use other things. I want to know what those other things are right now. Now, if it's something that's okay, or if it's something that we're going to question, because I said I'm giving you the evil eye on that statement alone. That's enough to criticize him. I get that. Secondly, we did see Crawford perform in a way nobody had seen before against a guy like Spence. And then, of course, there's the Victor Conte, who cheats. So the criticism and the suspicion, I accept. It's going to be there. All of that criticism is legit. It's just a matter of, did he cheat or did he not cheat? I don't think he cheated. But I accept and respect and understand, and we got to do the same thing of why people are like, nah, and they're going to go down the line. And they should be able to do that. But if we're going to support somebody, you got to stand on what you're going to stand on, as well as somebody who say, no, my feeling is this. My belief is this. What I saw make me ask these questions. And this is why Victor Conte has responded to the Marty people and to Marty, because those are questions you can't dance around. I couldn't tell you this day, other than to improve why Crawford would risk his reputation and be over just in the presence of Victor Conte. I cannot explain that. I can say he got on the SNAC program to improve. You're supposed to do that. Athletes are supposed to continue to improve. But if you're getting yourself improved with somebody who's known for cheating, the question mark is going to be over your head for life. Really.
So,
We're going to be talking about this maybe 5 years from now. We go if there's no other questions that have been answered about it. We're going to be talking about this. Did he really cheat? We don't know. For the people who believe he did. So you have to accept that he had the biggest fight to be made at that time. There hasn't been another big fight like that since. So yeah, he's at the top of the food chain in terms of where the criticism is coming down. Devin gonna get some. Caleb got a little bit, but the biggest fight that was made was Crawford and Spence. That's why Crawford is getting the bulk of it. And then of course what he has said, that just makes you ask more questions. So we just gotta accept. I don't want to argue that, but we have to accept that criticism is going to come and it's going to be bigger on him because the spotlight is bigger on him. And that's how you got to look at that. One other thing, Mr.
People going to use that as a. People are also using that and not really taking into consideration how Errol looked that night as well. You know what I mean? They can say what they want to say. You know what I mean? Oh, Bud is on the SNAC program, and you know what I mean. The night of the Errol fight, but. Errol did not look right either, right? Am I tripping? Or is everybody really just pushing that narrative so hard on the Crawford and that, and not at all? They want to be, yeah, he looked all right, you know what I mean, weird in his eyes. But they do not want to harp on the reason why that night looked like that, because like you guys want to say, Errol wasn't at 100%. So it's gonna look a certain way.
So then here's the thing. Here's the thing though. If we say, and I'm saying we as boxing fans, if we say that Errol Spence was not 100% in that ring, then we can equally give Bud Crawford 100% credit for the win. You have to agree with that, don't you?
For the most part, for the most part, that's what's been going on from the Spence side. Nobody from Spence's side that is with the Spence. No, bro, Marty. You might could be an analogy. You know what I mean, or one person that's out of, you know what I mean, that's out of it. But no, the majority of the Spence fans are using this along with that, along with whatever else they want to say. Some people go as far as the gloves and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? They want to use that along with what you're saying. You know what I mean? What you could be saying could be completely questionable, and then also use that and take out the fact that Errol. They say Errol didn't look the same. I, in my opinion, say Errol started out the fight the same way, but yeah, something was off. You know what I mean? Clearly, something was off. He didn't look right. He looked glossy in the eyes coming to the ring. I say that as well. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're gonna look at Bud beating the brakes off him and be like, "Oh, it's only because of this." Nah, that man didn't look right either. And nobody wants to sit there and point that out as to why or dig into why that he didn't look right. Everybody's just gonna accept it for what it is and then harp on the Bud and SNAC program and overuse it and overstep it.
But why go over there like Manager Marty said? Why go over there? Manager Marty had raised this question.
That could be
why go over there?
That could be a legitimate question too. That could be a legitimate question too. But why did Errol look the way he looked that night?
Hold on,
Spence said it a year prior. Spence said it a year prior before they even got in the ring. I got the link where Spence said, "You were the known cheater." Spence said that a year prior before they even started negotiations. Spence had a question mark similar to Manager Marty. Why you with a cheater? What's going on with that? He said it a year before they even fought, bro.
And you hear your questions. All your questions are still coming towards Crawford. Not a question went back at Spencer why he looked the way he looked that night. And I've not heard anybody come out with a legitimate answer as to why that he looked that way he looked that night. But everybody's getting on Crawford for him looking amazing the way he looked that night, and Bud and Bud being with Conte.
Why did David Bennett look in the SNAC program? Why he looked that way? We can go to why Alicia Baumgart in the SNAC program. Why did she look the way he did in the SNAC program?
Why did Sean Porter look the way he did in the SNAC program? What did the SNAC program do for Sean Porter?
Sean Porter ain't get with the same thing that he ain't get the same thing that Terrence Crawford said that he got. That's why he ain't look like that. You put two bulls. You put two. Hold on, bro. Hear me out. If I bring a bull, you put two bulls.
One mic. Go ahead, Shaheed.
If you put two bulls in the pen, one is going to have more testosterone if one is being ejected with a little bit more of something than the other one. That's how that happened. You put two bulls in there. Sean Porter wasn't getting the same thing that Bud said he was getting. Sean Porter didn't go publicly and say, "Oh, I'm getting what the other SNAC program members don't get." Sean Porter didn't say that, but Bud said that. Hold him accountable for the words that he speaks out his mouth,
bro.
Can I respond to you?
No, bro. Hold on. I got something to say to that. No, Sean Porter even came out after the fact, bro. Sean Porter came out after the fact and said he wasn't doing water work and calisthenics and certain things that he didn't feel was necessary. That's what he was doing different from what his dad said. It was nothing about the SNAC program that Sean Porter didn't do with that went wrong. That he was talking about with his dad. He was talking about water work and getting in the pool and all that extra stuff. Sean Porter came out after the fight and said that. But no, it's always when the fighter don't win, like Boo Boo, people want to sit here and say, "Oh, he didn't use what Bud used. Oh, Porter didn't use what Bud used." It's only certain pick and pull of who they want to say that about, and that's crazy. But we ain't gonna sit here and get on the man that looked clearly in his face and everything.
If you natural boxer, right over there. If you got it naturally, what do you need an enhancement for? If you got it naturally, if I'm a natural athlete, I can go up and I can pull up a pull-up bar right now, bro. Straight up. Hold on. I don't know if Gregory Clodenbaum is a Muslim like I'm a Muslim. Bro, I eat twice a week. I can grab a pull-up bar and do 100 without no snack, no food, no fecal matter in me or nothing, bro. If you got it naturally, you got it naturally. I don't need a performance enhancement. I'm going to do 100 pull-ups right now and put my phone up there right now. You can see me do it naturally without no snack, without no food, without no water, not no nothing. Plus it's Ramadan. So I got it naturally. I don't need a performance enhancement drug. The only people that need performance enhancement drugs are those who don't got it naturally.
Bro, and look, what you're saying could be a legitimate answer, but not one question is shot back at Aaron why he looked that way, he looked that night. Everything you guys are still saying is about who? Terrence.
So, Bud, Bando.
We can talk about the car accidents. If that's the case, we can use the car accidents that you bringing that up. The man got caught in the car.
No, let's go about why he looked. No, let's stick on that night and why he looked the way he looked that night. Let's dig into that. Nobody want to dig into that.
So here's the thing. Let's be clear on something. So here's the thing. I did a whole video on this that got over 10,000 views, and I spoke on the fact that both fighters that night looked different. Everybody on the panel might remember this. I don't know about my brother from Nigeria.
I remember.
You remember this, my brother from Nigeria? I said Errol Spence looked different that night, but I also equally said that Terrence Crawford looked different that night too. And the thing is, we all can agree that they both look different that night. Band up. So what I'm saying is, it don't make a difference how bad Spence look. We talking about how exceptional. See, that's the thing. Like Mr. Greg said, how exceptional Bud looked. You know what I mean? And so what I said was, it was based on.
But what do you, hey Marty?
Bud also missed weight that day too.
What he had looked at.
He also missed weight that day.
If Spence was 100%,
huh?
Yo, would he look that way if Spence was 100% in your eyes?
I can't do a hypothetical. I don't know. But what I'm saying is
so we can't judge him then. We can't judge that. If Spence was 100%.
Fighters in the program lose too.
Look,
they lose.
We cannot judge Crawford.
Hold on. Let my brother from Nigeria talk, y'all. Hold on.
Yes.
What you say, my brother? What you saying?
Fighters in the SNAC program also lose fights, right? Yeah. Crawford could have lost that night. All right, just that I feel like it's just that Spence was not up to the game that night. Because looking at him, he was totally off, like getting drugged by a jab. I don't know if that's a jab or right to call. He was just totally off. Like it seems like even when they were doing the build up to the fight, he was rating Crawford power 0, all those kind of things. Like trashing Crawford's ability, and I was like, "Oh, you're really underrating this guy." And when they got to the ring, was it about the second round? He tried to mock Crawford, and he pushed him off like a kid. I was like, "No. This guy was not prepared for this kind of Crawford." And Crawford is that kind of fighter. Like when he gets to a top opponent, he will be laser focused, like very, very focused.
So
Very,
would
very
you?
focused. He's
So
that
would
good.
you?
He's just
So
that
would
good. I think it's a skill gap. It's not about the SNAC program, because
so you?
fighters in SNAC program also get beat. I
Yes.
just saw
So
Dimitri Sandra. They get knocked out
yes.
by
So here's the
this guy.
thing. So my brother from Nigeria. Let me put this in perspective, right? That's why I always put it on the screen so we all can read it. In the advertisement of SNAC, it guarantees the improvement of level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. You see?
Right.
So it's one thing that you said that I agree with. I'm going to tell you what it is. You said Spence was not prepared for this kind of Crawford. That's what you said?
He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And the kind of Crawford that you're talking about is the kind of Crawford that I'm talking about. The kind of
Performance
Crawford.
enhanced.
It looked like
the kind of,
it looked like to
hold
me
on.
Spence wasn't prepared for any type of
Bend up,
Crawford.
bend up. Don't try to stop. Hold up. Don't try to stop my point. The kind of Crawford you're talking about is the kind of Crawford you see on your screen right now. The SNAC program works.
SNAC
We
program
can't get. We keep trying to wiggle out of it, baby.
Yeah.
It works.
That's all I'm
Detail.
saying. Let's stop.
Detail.
We don't have to argue whether the SNAC program works.
Right.
We know it does.
Right.
We don't have to.
But Mr. Gregg,
yeah,
we got certain Bud Crawford fans who keep trying to say that it had no bearing on the performance against Spence, like with Benzo. Benzo said, and so Benzo, I'm still waiting for Benzo to answer my question of all the facts that I gave him when I talked about Caleb Plant, Devin Haney performance, Crawford's. And so what I'm saying is, it seemed like we got to keep going back around it, because I figured it out, Mr. Gregg. I said this publicly. If Terrence Crawford fans, I'm talking about all the Crawford fans in a whole, say, you know what? The SNAC program works. If every Terrence Crawford fan say that, they are in essence admitting that the SNAC program helped Terrence Crawford dominate Errol Spence and disfigure his face the way he did. And that's the real problem that I'm having with Bud Crawford fans.
I get
Just
that.
say it works.
Look at the word enhance. The etymology of the word enhance means to rise or to make greater. It's a French word.
It works. And it's okay, because the thing is, that's what he went over there for. Let's stop acting like Terrence Crawford.
That's the nail in the coffin. That's what he went over there for.
I got one more thing, Marty. Marty, I got a lesson for you. Marty,
hold on, I got to answer your question. Hold on.
Hold
on, Ben. I'm gonna answer your question. Let's be clear on something. We know why Bud Crawford went to Victor Conte. He went to Victor Conte because he believed the SNAC program works too. Because if he did not believe that, he wouldn't still be over there now. And Devin Haney would not be over there for 10 fights with Victor, and he still wouldn't be over there. So in other words is, Crawford saw the results of what the SNAC program does for those fighters, and he went over there, and now he's using certain things that other fighters don't use. His words, not mine.
Yes.
And guess who else? and guess who else know that? Guess who else know that? The guy that's probably watching me right now, Victor Conte himself. He's in business. This is a business. This is business. You understand?
Brother Manager Marty, didn't you put up there when you put the post up there that Terrence Crawford ain't been tested by VADA since 2020? Is that correct?
That's what I put up there. Now Victor Conte's on Coach Malachi. One of my film crew members sent me this last night, And Victor Conte said, and when he get here, I'm going to ask him to clarify it. So, Victor, if you're watching, just know I'm going to ask you about it. I'm definitely going to ask you about that part because Victor Conte said that both fighters, Errol Spence and Crawford, were tested through VADA for this fight. Now, if what he's saying is true, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, say he's right. The question I have is why didn't VADA update their website like they did Devin Haney when they updated the website for when he tested through VADA for Regis Prograis? They haven't done that yet. And that's all I'm saying is nobody can get mad at me or anybody else if the information is not being presented. We only going by what Victor Conte's saying, but Victor Conte's representing Bud Crawford. We got to hear from VADA. They got to update their website if this would really happen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that would make
Hey,
sense.
Manager Marty, let me get in real quick right here. Okay, so I'm listening to everything you're saying, all right?
But
And you know you're more knowledgeable.
Hey Benzo, I need you to answer that last question from 10 minutes ago.
I'm trying to get to that. So you're more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to previous fights, as far as who's been on SNAC and who hasn't. Because up until I found your channel, I didn't really pay attention to this whole SNAC thing. So I'm just being honest, right? Okay. But from what I've heard from panelists here, is that there's other boxers that have been on SNAC that have not shown performance, that have lost, like Boo Boo, like other ones that I think he mentioned Porter,
John Porter,
right? So there have been boxers that have won with SNAC, and there's boxers that have lost. Here's where I kind of like go a separate way from your argument, is that you're saying you're taking a quote that he made when he said, yes, I'm on SNAC and I'm on other stuff too. You're taking that quote out of context. It's because before Crawford, before he went on SNAC, he was on some random supplements or some stuff, as everybody is.
How you know?
Because all boxers use supplements. So when he says, I'm on, because he's. What do you mean, how do I know?
Time out. I'm being very clear here. That question is a very simple question. Let's not complicate this here.
Because they all have nutritionists, and those nutritionists in interviews, they talk about that. What are you talking about?
You gonna let me ask you first?
Well, I thought you were letting me answer. Now you're cutting me off.
Because I have to, because if you're saying something where it can
if you don't let me finish, then when I finish, just give me a second or two, then you can come back and rebuttal on that. But if you don't let me finish, then it's going to be a matter of I start saying something and then all of a sudden you start picking at it and then I have to justify it.
So look, so let's do this. Since you made the statement already and it's already out there floating around live. You said all boxers use supplements. How do you know that? Where's your evidence?
Because nutritionists, like the people that are the nutritionists for these boxers, they interview them. There's a ton of them on YouTube, and they all talk about vitamins and supplements that they have their boxers on. This is not new. This isn't a secret. At the very least, you agree that a boxer will go to GNC and take some sort of vitamin.
I don't know.
That is not a foreign concept. Sure. That is not new, guys. That is not new.
Wait.
So you mean to tell me that Mr. Gregory, who's 60-something years old and is not an athlete, he's taking some supplements to feel better and do about his average day, and some professional athlete is not going to go to GNC and take vitamins? That's what you guys are saying?
What I'm saying is they might, but I don't have proof.
Let Gregory answer that.
Hold on.
Well, he just did. He said it earlier.
Time out. Benzo, time out.
Yeah, what's up?
What I'm saying is this. You made a statement, and you're saying because nutritionists. Let me clarify something, because I'm very active with boxers. All boxers can't afford nutritionists. Let's be clear on that. So we can't say that all boxers have nutritionists, because most boxers actually don't have nutritionists. So you can't say all boxers are using supplements. We don't know that. The bottom line is we're not talking about all boxers. We ain't talking about, and we love Mr. Greg, but we ain't talking about Mr. Greg. He ain't no athlete. We talking about Terrence Crawford, because that's who you asked me about. And we talking about the SNAC program and the SNAC program.
I agree.
All right. And the SNAC program.
But then again, the boxers we're talking about all afford nutritionists. We're not talking about some random guy. All these guys can afford a nutritionist.
Let Marty finish.
The nutritionist that we're talking about in the title of this segment today is Victor Conte. We ain't talking about no other nutritionist but
Vic
him.
for short.
So let's keep it on the famous guy, the millionaire who reached out to me.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Marty.
Hey,
Yes.
Yo, Marty.
Yes, Ben.
My question from earlier is my question from earlier is if we all agreeing that EJ wasn't 100, right? So with that being said, isn't it? No, I just got this question. No, I'm gonna ask my question. Yo,
ahead,
it ain't for you. It's for Marty. Shut up. I'm gonna talk to you. What's it called? So you don't. How you gonna see her say he looked that much better? Look, how you gonna see her say he looked that much better if he wasn't going against somebody that was 100%? So we don't know if he would have looked that much better against the EJ that was 100%. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't sit up here and say, "Oh, he looked that much better," but this dude wasn't even at 100 to show you to give him his 100% for him to counteract that.
Can I say something now? Can I say something now?
Yeah.
All right. Salute to Coach Amber. All right. Now I love what you said, and I'm gonna let Aaron Muhammad get in. You said that Errol Spence was not 100% the night of the fight, correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm glad you said that. Because if Errol Spence was not 100% and all other fighters before Errol Spence, all the other fighters before David Evanesian, all the other fighters before Sean Porter, they're the 3 fights that he went to the SNAC program on, right? So before all of those fighters, the 3 fighters that he was on the SNAC program, all them fighters were like a 60% version of an Errol Spence. Let me reframe that. Because I want y'all to hear me and where I'm going with this. The fighters that Terrence Crawford fought before he was with the SNAC program when he fought Sean Porter, those fighters, as far as the level of opposition, they are like 60% of a 100% Crawford. So if of a 100% Spence. So if Spence was not 100%,
you can't say that.
Hold on. Let me finish.
You can't.
I'm trying to prove a point. Let me finish. So a 100% Errol Spence didn't show up against Crawford. So let's say Spence was 70 to 80% against Crawford. The fighters that Crawford faced before Sean Porter was like 70, 80% also. So if that is the case, my question to you becomes, then what did Bud Crawford go over to the SNAC program for if he's used to fighting guys that's 70, 80% in the first place?
You got
that right there is your opinion. What? I got you. Marty. You said before Sean Porter, right?
No, listen, hold on.
You said before Sean Porter, right?
Y'all got to stop. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before the Spence fight, we all expect him to be 100. You said that Errol Spence wasn't 100 in that fight. So if he wasn't 100 in the fight, and it wasn't the SNAC program that helped him out winning that fight, then if he's used to fighting this level of competition in the first place, then what did he go over there for to go to SNAC? Can you answer that, please?
Marty, to answer your first statement, how many Errol Spence had a tough fight with you can't say that. You can't say that there was 60%. Errol Spence had a tough fight and went how many rounds with Kell Brook? Yeah, that's before the Sean Porter, right? And Bud took him out. We ain't gonna sit here and say he's 60% if he went 12 rounds with that man.
No, I'm talking about Errol Spence was 70 to 80% fighting Crawford.
Yeah.
No, fighting Crawford, right?
No, you said his fighters. You said no. You said his fighters equal a lesser Errol Spence. You said the fighters before Sean Porter equal a lesser Errol Spence. And we cannot say that when Kell Brook took that man all them rounds.
No, they equal. No, I'm saying they're equal. Band up. I'm saying they were equal. No,
you know what you said, Band up.
Band up. I said if Spence was 70, 80%, fighting Crawford. The opposition that Crawford has been accustomed of fighting have been 70 or 80% on their 100% day. So what I'm saying to you is Crawford fighting at 70 or 80% Spence is something that he's used to doing before he even went to SNAC. So my question to you becomes, what did he go over there for anyway?
And my question is always going to be the same every time you ask me that. He saw something that was working and he went with it.
What did he see that was working? What did he see? Tell me what he saw.
I don't know what he saw. I don't know what he saw. But he saw something that was working in the program and he went with it.
He saw the results, right? He saw the results.
I don't know who we would see the results from or anything about that before that, because I don't know. Like I told you, I didn't know who Conte or anything about that before the Bud and EJ. But like I said, he obviously seen something that was working over there and he went with it.
Hey yo, why did Bud highlight the SNAC program right after Dimitri's injury loss? Why did he highlight that he's not taking the same thing that I'm taking? That's another thing I want to talk about too. Why did he highlight that in his first comment after Dimitri's injury loss to he said he's not taking the same thing that I'm taking, like something like that. I take something different. Why did he highlight the SNAC program in that situation instead of saying?
So you're trying to say that he's purposely he's trying to implicate himself? That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying?
He highlighted no, look, listen. He highlighted that his comment on the fight was about SNAC, about the levels of what Dimitri NJ is not on the same level of SNAC that he is on. That's why I got out of it. It ain't me taking nothing up or nothing. But why did that was the comment of because Dimitri NJ lost, and why did King Cover use that to comment as
I think you're 100% right in what you're going with your question. Each one of those fighters have different degrees of talent. Each one of those fighters need different things in their system to perform at the maximum amount that they are able to get there. So you might need something that I don't need. So this is my opinion. That's how your program is really going to work. Even if we just eating food, cabbage may work better for you and spinach may work better for me in the different kind of categories. So yeah, each one of them have to go on a separate program that's designed for their body, for their system. So I get where you're going with that. What Crawford has said, which is why as a Crawford fan, I question, is that he's getting from the SNAC program what's designed for his body, yet he did state out of his own mouth there's some additional things that he also uses with it. He didn't say where it was coming from. He didn't say what it was. So I don't know whether it was something that he had been already using or not, but he made it clear that these are the things that he was doing for his body. So
Mr. Gregory, on that very point you just said, and I'm listening to what you're saying, just as it's plausible for him to have meant that he has been taking other stuff that he previously was taking, it's also plausible that he's taking some other SNAC stuff that others aren't taking. But the fact is, none of us know what he meant.
It's not,
we have to go on what he said, though. We have to go on what he said.
Benzo, see, what you doing is you trying to put a narrative out there, and I'm trying to dispel the narratives. Let me be clear with you, Benzo, and I think you've been on this channel long enough. You know how I am, bro. We keep it all the way 100. There is nothing plausible about whether Crawford used supplements before he went to Victor Conte. We don't know that. That's not what we're talking about. And it's not plausible that he used different things. This is what he said out of his own mouth. See, that's the difference with us speculating what he was doing before Victor Conte and SNAC than what he said. Terrence
well, let me ask you a question. What do you think he meant? What do you think he meant?
He said, it ain't my job to sift and try to figure out what he meant and why. I'm telling you what he said. He said, I use certain things with the SNAC SNAC program that other fighters don't use.
Okay,
We don't
what do
know
you
what
think
that.
that means?
We
What do you think he's
we
referring
don't.
to?
I don't know what it means, and it's not my responsibility to try to figure out. It's his responsibility to
No, no,
clarify
no,
that.
no, sir.
Huh?
If he made a comment, listen, if he made a comment, all right, this is being fair. He made a comment saying he takes snack and he's on other stuff. And you're here disputing the greater topic being that Victor Conte is a cheat and he's had a
I
history
didn't say that.
of PDs.
I didn't say
Let's
that.
get hey, let's call a spade, all right? Let's not stop bullshitting around the fucking thing. What we're saying here is that there's steroids involved and people are just trying to dance around the subject. So if you're gonna say that he
I
said
didn't say that.
that he takes
I
other
didn't
stuff,
say that though.
tell us
I
what
didn't
you
say
think
that.
he meant. Tell us
I
what you
didn't
think he
say.
meant.
I didn't say that. What I said
Come on,
was,
Marty, tell us what you think he meant.
let me tell you what I said. I said Omaha, Omaha, cold red, the jig is up. That's what I said. See, ain't no imply. Listen, I don't dance around nothing around here. And guess what? And guess what? If I danced around it, Victor Conte wouldn't be reaching out. I've been saying the same thing that I always been saying. Hold on for a minute, Benzo. Aaron Muhammad, you've been here, day one supporter. You see what Victor Conte said to me and all this stuff, brother. People that now they bringing up Crawford. What's your take on all this, Aaron? What's going on, man?
Hey, Mr. Muhammad.
First of all, salute to everybody in the panel. Salute, Mr. Gregory. Man, y'all ain't gonna like me after these few words I'm about to say. The first thing I'm gonna ask everybody to do is ask themselves, are they honest enough with themselves to really accept what my man just said? Because my man seems like we're not keeping it 100. So I'm gonna ask the same question he just asked. Are you able to accept the truth when it comes to a fighter that you like personally? Because I've said this time and time again. If the shoe was on the other foot and my fighter that I support, which is Errol Spence, if he was on the SNAC program and I saw what I saw on that night coming out of him, or let's just keep it to appearance. If I saw that same thing in him, I've got some questions. And I feel like I have the right to ask those questions. And it's not about because I like him as a fighter, it's because I want to spend my money on watching fights that are free from issues like this. And everybody on this panel has the same right I'm talking about. So here's what I'm going to say about the Victor reaching out to manager Marty. See, some of us, but Mr. Greg and I and a couple other, see, we're a little bit older. We've seen these movies before. When somebody responds to what something like manager Marty is, and it's not manager Marty saying it, he's just pointing out what's already been said and what's been described in his program. You cannot leave his history out of this. His history is his history. So the suspicion is valid, number one. The question that we're wanting to ask specifically to Bud Crawford, because this is the same thing Manager Marty's been asking. With your skill set, brother, why did you feel it necessary to get on a program with like this? And it's not the program so much, it's the who, man. Why would you risk? See, now, Manager Marty, I'm gonna ask you if you remember this. We did this one time, kind of a good cop, bad cop setup. I played like the naive guy because I asked this question. Manager Marty, you mean to tell me somebody as skilled as Bud would go over and get something like that when he can clearly dominate most fights? He's got that skill level. And I said, man, I don't believe it. And Manager Marty's response was, I believe it. So here's the question y'all need to ask yourselves. Because it's not about if Terrence is cheating on any level. Ask, is he capable of cheating? Because whether he's cheating or not, is he willing to take that risk? Obviously he is. So we don't even have to ask the question, is he cheating? And this is the same question across the board, not just for Terrence now. Now this is more general. What are you willing to do to keep your competitive edge? Obviously, Victor's background and his history wasn't enough to keep him from saying, nah, man, I'm not going over there. There's something to think about.
Can y'all get that? Can I?
And And everything,
Profound.
and every,
That was
and
profound.
everything, and everything that Aaron just said was not an opinion, it's a fact. And so what happens is when these facts keep being exposed, you know, we have certain people who are Crawford fans who come up with theories to try to circumvent the truth. The bottom line is, like Aaron Muhammad said, and I've been saying this as well, if you knew all of the facts about the history of Victor Conte, and of course he said he changed his life around, but we got to deal with 3 years before Crawford went over there. There was a guy, Willie Monroe, who tested positive for a banned substance while he was on the program. Now, whether the SNAC program is the cause of that or not, you know, we don't know that. Only Victor Conte knows that, and only Willie Monroe knows that. So we don't know that. But to me, that's beside the point. Just the mere fact alone that a fighter that was over there tested positive for a banned substance on the SNAC program would be enough for some people to say, you know what? He might have not did anything wrong on the SNAC program, but because he tested positive for a banned substance, that's enough for me to say I wouldn't risk taking that chance of going over to this program where this might possibly happen to me. And with that being said, this is 3 years before I get the chance to say, am I going to go over there or not? Now, I go over there and I start sparring. See, we talking facts now. I start sparring with the same guy, Willie Monroe Jr., in the camp to beat Errol Spence while I'm actually in the program and we're sparring in Victor Conte's gym. So now, when these facts happen and people start putting things together and say, wait a minute, he tested positive for a banned substance while he was with Victor Conte, and I'm talking about Willie Monroe. 3 years ago, now Bud's over there. Now Bud is sparring with this guy who obviously is still linked with Conte. They might be cool, guy relationship or whatever. But now we both sparring in his gym in California. People start putting things together. Of course, they're going to associate Bud Crawford to everything associated with Conte's history and the fact that Willie Monroe tested positive 3 fights before Crawford went there, because this is just a natural inclination. So the people that's having natural inclinations and suspicions, I don't think they should be criticized, including myself. But the thing is, you got some people who are Crawford fans that will come up here and be like, hold up, no, that ain't right. No, listen, we talking just dealing with the facts that we know of. No hypotheticals, no what if Spence would have did this if he ain't look right. All that, none of that's important. What's important is we deal with the facts and then we make our assessment based on the facts. And so all I'm saying is the owner of SNAC, the sole proprietor, the professor, the millionaire, the guy who's had a second, third, and fourth chance in life, now he's starting to reach out to me. And so all I'm saying is I shouldn't be heralded as the bad guy. If I can get his attention, the millionaire, the owner of the program, Terrence Crawford fans, man, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. I got the guy, the owner himself, ready to talk to me. In fact, not even just ready, he's been talking to me. So all I'm saying is we got the professor giving his insight, and we're here now. Lucky McKinnels, are you here, brother?
Is our Nigerian brother still here?
I'm here. Who's that? No,
is our Nigerian brother still here?
I don't see the Nigerian brother. I wish he still was here. Lucky McKinnels. Where Lucky at?
You scared him off. He didn't want to hear that truth. He didn't want to hear that truth, Manager Marty. He didn't want to hear that truth.
I know. Lucky McKinnels, you here, big dog? Where Lucky at?
I'm on here.
Hey, Lucky, you was one of my day one supporters, brother. You've seen everything Victor Conte said to me, man. What's your take on all this stuff, man?
I mean, at the end of the day, they've been watching you, just like Mr. Gregg said. And there's no surprise. No surprise. I mean, you got to think about it. You really been speaking about the business of boxing. A lot of other content creators, they can't speak about the same thing. A lot of other ones, they talk about the sources this, sources say this. But you know, you just bring the sport of boxing. So a lot of people really tuning in. They might not say it. Even like Tank Davis, the fact that he said get SNAC out of boxing. I figured that he probably watching your channel too.
Well, that's what Tank Davis also said on your screen. He said, did he or did he not get caught cheating before? Them SNAC people, that's what Tank Davis said. And then Victor Conte, when he responded to me, which I ain't had nothing to do with that comment that Tank said, but now he said, them Marty people need to go to
Yeah,
Conte University
yeah.
on your screen. That's what he said to me. So, I mean, the bottom line is he says that I need a bit more schooling, and I do. And I can't wait till he get up here, and he's probably watching now, but because I sent him the link last night to this program, and he's right. You know what I mean? I do need more schooling when it comes to anti-doping, VADA testing protocols. We all need it. Who better to get it from, than Victor Conte? In this email that he sent me last night, that I got this morning, he said it. He said, maybe we can chat and further discuss some of the anti-doping issues that exist in boxing after the holiday season. So I'm expecting Victor to hold his word, you know what I mean, be a man of his word. Come on up. Come on up here after the holiday season, and we'll be waiting for him. Hopefully we can get some more insight. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Muhammad?
Absolutely. I got a question, man, Marty, on that same note. And this is not for you directly, but for everybody on the panel. Why did he choose specifically boxing to make his new home? Anybody ever asked that question?
I can answer that. I never knew the answer. But I know the answer now. And I'm going to tell you why I know the answer now. Because Victor Conte told us the answer, Mr. Muhammad. Now, hold on, because I want everybody to see this. This is important. Some of y'all might have missed this. This was a YouTube comment that Mr. Victor Conte said to me a few days ago. At the bottom, that's me talking at the bottom for y'all that didn't see this earlier. I actually didn't think it was really him. I was like, there's no way Victor Conte's watching this channel and stuff like that. But I said to him that this is really not the real Victor Conte. Nice try, because I thought it was a troll. But Victor Conte said something in the last sentence. If you look at the first part under Victor Conte's name, you will see that he actually said something on your screen, and he actually said something in the last sentence. He said, none of what you are posting has anything to do with my work in boxing, which started in 2009. Well, first of all, everything that I say about the SNAC program is about his work in boxing, because I can't talk about the SNAC program without mentioning him and his work in boxing. Mm-hmm. But he said his work in boxing since 2009. But in an interview that he did with Chris Basinger, Graham Basinger, I'm gonna answer your question through this. You said, why did he make boxing, his new home? And he said in the YouTube comment that he started in boxing in 2009. So I wanted to clarify that using his own words in an interview, because I want to clarify the words new home. This is an interview that he did with Graham Basinger 6 years ago. And this is what he said when he started in boxing, working with Sugar Shane Mosley. I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Boxer Shane Mosley. How did you both begin working together?
I was contacted by his strength and conditioning coach at the time, Daryl Hudson. And we talked, and initially I probably just sent some nutritional supplements to him, and it was at a distance. And the more we talked, it became about other undetectable substances and so on. And then eventually he let me know that he and Shane would like to fly up and meet with me. And so on Saturday, June 26, 2003, that's what happened. They flew from Southern California up to Oakland Airport, and they were picked up in a limousine. Actually, the company that was a couple doors down from Balco, Gateway Limousine, and brought over, and he had his blood collected first at the hospital over the freeway, and then we had a little chat, and then he got his blood collected, and then he came back, and we talked about some of the substances and methods that could be available to him.
What knowledge do you have of any illegal performance-enhancing drug usage Mosley was involved in prior to taking Balco's illegal performance-enhancing drugs?
You hear a lot of rumors. You know, you hear things about this guy and that guy, and he had used performance-enhancing drugs before he ever met me. Now, whether that's true again, you know, I don't know. I'm just telling you that's what I'd heard.
You said you taught him how to inject himself, and you even were nearby when he injected himself with EPO. What do you recall from that?
I was sitting at my desk, and he was sitting directly across from me. And behind him was Daryl Hudson, his strength and conditioning coach. And once we got to the portion where it was time to learn how to administer the drugs, I came around the desk, and he stepped back over here, and we sat knee to knee. And I basically showed him specifically how to inject EPO. We did something called a double saturation point method, which means that you take half of it and put it on one side of your belly button, and the rest you put into the other side. It increases the effectiveness of the drug by doing half a cc here and half a cc here, as opposed to a single injection.
Did y'all hear that?
That clarifies it for people who don't know, because he said the date. I remember when that stuff happened with Shane.
Now, what date? If y'all can remember, I'll play it back if y'all don't remember.
2003.
2003. Somebody's got bad feedback. Can somebody mute their All right, thank you. So 2003. So of course, yeah, I just showed y'all the message that Victor Conte said to me, that I don't report on his work that started in 2009 in boxing, but according to his own interview, his work in boxing, according to what we know thus far, started somewhere in 2003 when he injected Sugar Shane Mosley with EPO. And of course, we know that's a performance enhancement drug. That's the drug that Sugar Shane was administered to for the rematch of Oscar De La Hoya, okay? And I think they had a relationship before that, but I'm just saying that was what he said in 2003, where the injection and all of that took place. So to answer, Aaron Muhammad's question, and Aaron Muhammad's not on the screen, I think his signal might have faded, but he'll hopefully be back. So to answer Aaron Muhammad's question, matter of fact, he is back. Hold on, let me put him on because I want him to hear this since he asked the question. There you go. So the answer, could you hear what Victor said, Aaron?
Absolutely.
All right. So to answer Aaron Muhammad's question about why did he, want to find a home in boxing after he got out of prison, the thing about it was, according to what he said, boxing became his home after he dealt with the athletes in track and field and baseball. In other words, is before he got caught with the Balco scandal, as far as like doing time, the athlete that he worked with in boxing was Sugar Shane Mosley. Now, why didn't the Netflix documentary point that out? I don't know, Aaron, because in the documentary, as you can see, it started with him going to prison in the middle part of the documentary, and it came right into him saying he's entered the red light district of boxing, and it showed him working with Devin Haney in his gym. Like Devin Haney was one of the first fighters, but they omitted that part right there. In other words, this was when he started in boxing. Oh, you understand what I'm saying, Aaron?
Absolutely.
So it's not that he made boxing, like he found his home after he got out. No, that is where he left his home before he went in.
Right. Absolutely right.
So if somebody's suspicious of him coming back into boxing, that's why. In other words, is the last time we saw you in boxing before you went up top to the prison camp, did what you was doing in boxing. Now you come out and you back here again. And so that's the part I think people they missing that. So now we got to point that out. That it's not that he just came out of prison and said, you know what, let me start in boxing.
Right.
No, you was already there before you went in. So I hope that answered your question, Aaron.
Absolutely. And it wasn't necessarily like I knew the answer as well, Manager Marty, but
I'm sure you did, Aaron.
The whole point is to get people to think outside of, looking at the fighter that they support, because I'm telling you, the time is coming. Obviously, it's coming because he responded to you. And that wasn't a general, hey, Marty, how you doing? He felt the need to make it look like. So I'm into what people don't say.
Me too.
What people don't say most of the time is telling you what their real motive is. Him reaching out to you, this is my opinion. He had to test the waters for the people's doubt that what we're saying, or what it's not even what we're saying. We're repeating what they've said that nobody had been paying attention to before. I felt like he was just trying to see, man, I wonder how much people are really buying into what is starting to become, it's being exposed, versus, hey man, y'all can't charge me with doing anything illegal. See, it's not even about the being illegal part. It's about what are you willing to risk? Because if tomorrow, let's say 5 or 6 of his fighters come out and are tested positive for a banned substance again, what does that do to the people's minds? See, he's banking on the fact that, what I have works, but the things that people have gotten caught up with before are at this point undetectable. Not that they weren't undetectable or supposedly undetectable when Willie Monroe and the other gentlemen, when they, what happened to them. It's all about the people's perception. Nobody, and I'm just gonna say it again. This is why I said earlier, Manager Marty, people ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. Because see, when it's your fighter that comes up doing something illegal, see, now all of a sudden you don't want to hold that person accountable. You want to point the fingers at everybody else. No, this man and those who are in the program made conscious decisions to support and ain't just endorse. They're on the program because they made the choice to be on there. Devin Haney, in that same video you showed, he pretty much said he don't care what people are saying or what they think. But see, is that a responsible stance? I'm saying it's not, because what you're telling me is you don't care. My edge is more important than what you think of me. That's the way I'm taking that. Same with Bud. Bud, and again, I personally don't think Bud needs to do this. Most everybody on here feels the same way. So now that we feel that and we've expressed that, he's the one that's got to answer the question: why did you do that, Bud? And you can't get angry with us because we didn't. Did any of us twist Bud's arms? Hey man, you need to go get on the SNAC program. That's not how that happened.
So obviously, I got a question. I don't think none of us should get mad about it. The only thing I'm mad about and dislike totally is because Victor Conte is there. I ain't mad about that. I'm not mad about the suspicion because me being a Bud fan, I got questions. So, and I would say anybody who's a fan of any fighter, including Bud, all you have to do is separate one thing from the other. All you got to do is look at the fact. If you I think somebody used different analogies. If I'm hanging with bank robbers, if I'm hanging with killers, there's going to be suspicion that I'm one of them, whether I've done that work or not. I get that. Same thing with this. If you went over to a program you already knew, and I probably should have known, a controversial figure like Victor Conte is over there, that's gonna be some suspicion. After you have the biggest fight of your entire career, made life-changing money, et cetera, and the fight has all this controversy, and then the fact that you've been over there for 3 fights, or at least 2 fights earlier with Victor Conte, who's known for cheating, yes, the suspicion is going to be there in the spotlight. Like I just said, it's the biggest spotlight on you because this is also the biggest fight. 2 undefeated guys who's supposed to have been 50-50, everybody clamoring for the fight, everybody arguing about the fight before it ever happens with all the negotiation things took place. And then the fight happens, then you see the results, and then you start looking at other things. I get the suspicious all day long. I don't think it was cheating, but I get why you're suspicious, and we still have to get that answer. I still want the answer about other things. I still want to know what Victor has to say about what are you saying to fighters besides your advertising that's making them come over there. And I got to ask the fighters too. If you know what's up and you're thinking about your image and everything else, why did you in fact go over there? And then if you can explain it, or whether I believe the explanation or like the explanation or not, give an explanation, because fight fans are asking the question. Fight fans are suspicious. Some are just straight up saying you cheated and we don't like you, and we don't like that you cheated, and we think you've been cheating all along. You have an obligation to me as a professional athlete who makes your money from us who pay the gate, pay for the pay-per-view, buy your merchandise, etc., to let us know what you're doing. Am I supporting somebody who's actually cheating? Because if you're cheating, then so am I, because I'm saying I'm co-signing it, so to speak. I don't want to co-sign that. So why anybody should be upset about the suspicion is wrong. Now, if you just claiming straight out, I can see the argument. If you just saying, I know you cheat, I believe you, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
That's a whole different thing. The biggest thing is with the SNAC program, the question is it just nutriments that we can order that they're using, or is it something illegal that you're disguising and you put it into given to the fighter that's giving them the ability to do what they're doing, whether it's 100% performance out of your body, or it's the steroids that make your body do something it shouldn't do, which you're going to pay for down the road, depending on how often you're doing it. We need to know what that is. If they've been tested, as Marty has said, why isn't it on the website? And if it is tested, what is your involvement with VADA? Do you have, that much influence where they can follow your lead, or are they independent? You got to answer all of those questions to at least fans to hear what you have to say. And you got to remember, you came out of your mouth as well saying you should be suspicious, that we should be suspicious of you, which I am. But he said it himself. So everything you say is still going to garner a little bit of suspicion, because you already said we should be suspicious what you do and what you say. So all of those questions, I know Marty is going to get to all of that when Victor comes on, because if he's watching right now, he's hearing this, and he's going to have to answer that, because it's not going away until something comes out from him. We'll say, okay. I want to ask Saeed one thing. You were saying that you fast and that you do certain kind of exercises during your fasting, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
fast twice a week, or do you just have Pacific time? This has had nothing to do with boxing, though.
Oh no, I didn't know if I see you had the kufi on, and I was saying that fasting is Ramadan. It's the month of Ramadan. I'm a Muslim,
right.
So yeah,
I didn't complete my study.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I fast on the regular. I eat twice a week. That's my routine. That's been for the last 27 years.
Yeah, I was
when I was in prison. Yeah,
because I was doing that without knowing I was fasting, because of just most of my life. I used to eat. Sometimes I used to eat once a day. Sometimes I didn't eat on a day. So I was always doing. I just didn't realize at the time I first started that was to be considered fasting. So that's why I was asking you, because I could still have energy, even though I might have just had some water, some liquids, but no food. So it was just had nothing to do with boxing. I just heard you say, and I was like, okay, somebody who is doing something similar to me.
Was I said that, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, to synchronize with you, that being natural. You have natural strength. I was wanted to ask you a question, like, how did you feel before that? Did you have energy before you took the SNAC program, health wise?
The reason why I changed to SNAC, because I've had spine surgery twice. So I got spins in my back. So what happens is when they start messing, when you get surgery, sometimes your nerve endings don't regenerate in the same way. So it did affect how I walked. Sometimes I'm fine. Sometimes I got all these fancy canes to use. But when I started exercising, because you got pins, there's some stretching things I'm just not going to be able to do. But I wanted the exercise and this training that I do, because I shadow box even now. I ain't hit nobody, but I still, because I wanted to get the movements and all of that. I wanted to be able to do it a little bit longer. So I switched from what I was used. Let me try the SNAC, since I'm hearing all this about the SNAC. And I can say that I got the kind of improvement in this short period of time that I'm experiencing right now. But again, I ain't hit nobody. Nobody's going to be hitting me, you know, but I can say how I feel, how I'm getting a little more energy, doing it a little bit longer, because I normally exercise to a point where I feel good. I don't exercise till I'm exhausted. When I feel good, I say, okay, this is time to stop. And I was able to do that a little bit longer since I've just started. So I would say, for what I was looking for, I was getting. You know, if I was going to really have to be out here running and fighting and even sparring, because I haven't sparred in 20 years either, I can't say how well I would be, because there's somebody in front of me who gonna be hitting and all of that. And I don't know whether I got punch resistance anymore, you know. But for what I wanted to do, it has worked. Yeah.
Okay, so what, is it an improvement or is it an enhancement? Is the question. You said improve. Use the word improvement.
It was an improvement. And improvement and enhancement, we can do. For me, the improvement means I can go longer. Enhancement, I'm faster, or well, no, not even that. Enhancement means I'm doing something that I haven't been able to do before. So that's how I look at it.
So I wanted to ask one more thing. I want to burn it up. You said previously about the suspicion. You spoke about the suspicion. You said you had questions that you wanted to ask, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brother Marty had raised the question about why did he go over there? That's the main question. But the suspicions of Bud Crawford's action before the bout of saying certain things, he would say things like, that fight is never going to happen. I don't need the Spence fight to seal my legacy. You know, he was saying things like that that made you suspicious of why he really went over there. I think that he doubted himself by saying those things publicly. The Spence fight is never going to happen. I don't need the Spence fight to seal my legacy. And then what changed your attitude so quick? What was it that changed your attitude so quick for you to go over there? Like Manager Marty had asked, what made you go over there when it seemed like he was suspicious in his action as far as hesitation wise? Like you left in the negotiations, you left in the middle of negotiations and went off to fight David Avenesian, who I call the lab rat.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I think there are two separate answers here. First of all, I recall reading bits and pieces that they had been watching and studying Spence for some time. So they were looking for everything that he did, good, bad. They were looking for his weaknesses. So they were looking at that. They came to a conclusion that A, he needed to be stronger. They came to a conclusion, B, even though Crawford has wrestled, he needs to also take the MMA training that he started with as well. They thought that he needed to tighten his defense. So they looked at things watching Spence that they needed to do, which is part of their strategy, and that's what a combat athlete should do, strategize to see what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, but also your own. So I think they were doing that. I think all the reasons that they did that is because they saw where Spence was stronger at. Again, this is speculation too. Going over to the SNAC program probably told them, listen, you need to get, your body needs to be better to take the kind of training that you're going to have to do. Again, I'm speculating, but that's what makes sense to me. If my body is weak, just like I told you, I got pins, but I want to still exercise so I can be stronger, I need to do something else so I can get there. And I can't do it illegally because I'm a professional athlete, and I'm not going to do it now because I'm just an older gentleman who don't need to do it. I'm not fighting nobody. I just don't want nobody helping me get up the steps, you know. But
yeah,
my speculation is that seems to be a plausible. Don't know why, but that would have been negated if it was me, because I know who Victor Conte is, and I know how I would want to be seen if I'm this athlete. Everybody's, giving me accolades. My mother, gave me hell since I was coming up. And I don't want her to ever be right to tell me that I ain't ish, especially if it comes out, well, you really aren't ish because you was cheating all this time. So I would never want that. And that's why I still rock with Crawford. One of the reasons, because I know that psychological damage that could happen because of what he went through. However, but that's why I think that's one of the reasons why I think he went over to the SNAC program, because he needed to do that. I don't think if he had gone over to the SNAC program and just did what he basically had been, all of the things he basically been doing without any improvement, we might not have seen an improved Terrence Crawford. And I would have been disappointed if we didn't, because we already knew his defense was leaky. We already knew sometimes he's going to get hit. And from 130, 135, 140, 147, he has been hurt. So you do have to fix that. We should have been angry more so at Spence, because to me, and I don't want to get back and forth in that, but we should have saw the very best of both of those athletes in this big fight. This argument, this debate of this subject matter, period, should not even have to be on the table. But you got a guy like Victor Conte that came in and then turned the table upside down on one fighter. You got another fighter had other issues, but there's not suspicion of a person who's on that side of the table. And my guy happens to have a guy who's well known, did time, who cheated in a sport that you actually are participating in, and you look spectacular, which I was happy to see. As Marty will tell you, I was on his show telling him that Crawford was going to easily beat Spence, and this is before I knew anything about the SNAC program. So it does put a damper a little bit, because now there is a suspicion, but that suspicion is because of what you did by being with this guy. So that's my answer to that.
And some people, let me piggyback off your answer, because you said that's the reason why you believe he went to, the SNAC program, because Crawford's team studied Spence and they saw the weaknesses that Bud would have to improve on to win that fight. The suspicious part about that is the timing. It's not like they did a 6 to 8, 10, 12-week training camp and then decided to study Spence like most fighters do, or say, well, we need to enhance this or improve this because we know we're going to fight him on this date, 12 weeks out, 8 weeks out, 10 weeks out. They went over to the SNAC program 2 years beforehand. When we see the Netflix documentary, we see that there are things that have to happen to help build up strength. And it takes time to be able to do that. Build up enhancements, build up transformation of the body. And it takes time to do that. And so based on the information that was provided by Victor Conte and Tim Montgomery themselves in the documentary, if you apply the principles that they said, even to Crawford going over there 2 years ago, then it arouses more suspicion. You see what I'm saying?
I get that, and I will add to that too in terms of building up.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I would say that if we got to remember, Crawford has gone up in weight 3 times from 130 to 135 to 135 to 140 to 144, 147. So
Yeah.
the experience and going up in weight, putting on a muscle mass, developing, fighting in those divisions, he did have that. So he brought something with him. He brought those experiences. He brought the fact that he actually is an athlete who actually wrestled. So he had those tools to bring, but those tools had to be improved. And that's where I believe they saw that Spence was naturally the bigger welterweight. Supposedly they had been watching them more than 3 years. They've been watching them for 5 years. That's what I had been reading. I could be wrong on that. Either way, they were observing, watching, preparing because they knew at some point in time, and he's not the first athlete that watched for a long time either. I hate to go all the way back, but Ray did that with Hagler. He waited, watch for years, and then he saw where Hagler was weak. That's when he made the decision. He saw for the Mugabe fight. So that's just an example. But the point of the matter is they were trying to get themselves prepared in those areas where they knew they would have to be better to fight Spence. So to me, that I applaud that as long as there was no cheating going on, because that's what I want to see athletes do. Go that extra mile and show us all new things. Now we saw new things, but there's suspicions on them, and that's unfortunate.
Well, if people agree with you, as far as it took them a while to try to see, certain things that Spence was weak at, and one of those things that that they were concerned about was Spence being bigger. Here's where pushback can come after that to say if that's the truth, and that was a concern that he was bigger, then why is not there the same concern that Canelo Alvarez is 3 times bigger than both of y'all, and you talking about going all the way out there to fight him?
I
So
think that's
people will
all
say that
talk.
too, Mr. Grant. That's
I
all I'm
think that's
saying.
all talk. I think that's all because that's the other thing. I hope that we get into it down the road, and some of the next fighters, at least on our side of the in this country, has developed this thing where they want to get the biggest bag as fast as they can. And Crawford is almost getting close to 38, I believe, 37, 38. He's down coming down there. Got a large family, got 7 kids. He trying to get as much money as he can as well.
Yeah, of
So
course.
even if that fight with Canelo Alvarez would happen, first of all, I don't believe Crawford will beat Canelo. That's my feeling about it. But I understand why he's talking that because that's a big bag. And most fighters today, even the ones who haven't even got to this level yet, they trying to get the $1 million purses as fast as they can, as easy as they can. Well, Crawford can't get that easy. He got to talk the talk at least. Maybe Canelo would say, yeah, let me beat up on this guy. Let him get whatever amount of millions it is. Crawford is going to fight him. He's going to lose if that happened. But I understand fighters talking all of that because he's not the only one. He's just the one that the spotlight is on, who got all the criticism, who got all the questions right now. How you going to go for 147 all the way up to 168 to fight Canelo? Who knows how he would even do that? But we know why he would do it. And why he would do it is because he's trying to get the bag. If he could beat Canelo, oh yeah. But he's too small to beat Canelo. First of all, I don't care how much weight you can take steroids if that was the case, and you're still not going to beat him because you're just too darn small. But that's why fighters will be talking. And a lot of times we have to accept that fighters be running their mouths, putting themselves in the public spotlight, having people say, thinking about it. I mean, look what they did when De La Hoya fought Pacquiao. Until they talked that into happening, nobody was even thinking about somebody as small as Pacquiao fighting De La Hoya. But you saw it happen. Well, you saw actually how the fight ended as well. But before that, you couldn't have told me that somebody small like Pacquiao would have beat the brakes off of De La Hoya like he did. So it's possible. And that's all it is. It's a possibility.
And
Well,
nobody can.
let me.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, say your sentence, and I'm gonna talk after you. Say
No,
your sentence. You was gonna say.
yeah, I was about to say, and nobody can jump the gun just because Terrence Crawford beat Earl Spence. We still don't even know if he can do bigger numbers than Earl Spence. And that's another thing I wanted to say.
Yeah,
Got
I
you.
get you.
There's a question on the screen from Rodney. He said cooking. I think he's referring to Cooking with Frank, who just gave us a super chat, and I have to read it. You are still not answering, are the supplements legal? I'll answer the question. The supplements are legal. You can buy them online, snack.com. They are legal. Now, the question becomes, if you can buy, let me reframe that. If we all on this panel can buy the supplements, if everybody watching can buy the supplements online, like Mr. Greg, you bought the supplements online, correct?
Right. Right.
Right. The fighters can equally buy them online and get them shipped to their house too. So then somebody might ask the question, Mr. Aaron, well, if you can just go ahead and just order supplements online, why you got to go all the way over to California to go to the gym with Victor Conte? Why you got to get on the calendar? Why you got to get on the whole program?
Word.
Maybe, you got to know how to use them the right way, because you can't use them all at once and stuff like that. You got to be able to use, cause if you buy all, because it's a lot of different
There's a lot
supplements.
of them.
It's
I
like
didn't
a
even
lot
see
of
the
them. So
juice that you had.
whoa,
I
I ain't
didn't.
on the juice, Mr. Greg. What you on,
I
brother?
mean, the,
I
the
ain't
the
on no
liquid
juice, brother.
that you was drinking. That I was asking you about
Oh
how
no,
it
that was
was.
the expert. Oh, all right. You gotta be clear now, because
Okay, I'm
Conti's
sorry.
watching, the whole world's watching this thing here. Oh,
Oh,
you
Forgive
talking
me.
about the expedite, the
Yeah, I didn't even
pre-workout.
see that.
No,
hey,
I was
man,
drinking
Marty,
it. It works. Yes, sir.
real quick, I want to go back
Yes,
over
sir,
some
Aaron.
Mr. Greg said because we've discussed this before, and I think people don't pay enough attention to it. But
Okay.
several months ago, remember we were having similar discussion, and I kept feeling like I pointed out. I said, man, to me, Bud is being advised on a lot of the moves he's been making. When you're strategizing, for something that could be a fight that you possibly could lose, and all the stuff that is being said about, preparing, how much time they spent studying Errol Spence and all this kind of stuff. You know, that's not a one person operation, because you got people looking at different angles. You got somebody looking at the size of Errol Spence. You got somebody looking at, all the fights he's been in. Then you have fights that they've fought the same fighters. And what occurred to me a few minutes ago, when I was listening, I was like, because again, I'm a bigger picture guy. I'm looking at the small, what we can see just glancing at it, and then I'm paying attention to what's really motivating people to do what they do. So I thought about the fact that two fighters that have a lot of similarities in the last year or so, one with their weight gain, two with the people there that are involved in their camps. So when you played the clip from Devin Haney saying what he said, it kind of occurred to me they did a microcosm of what Bud did with the negotiations with Spence with Regis Prograis. Of course, it didn't go out as long, it didn't drag out like that. But I'm just looking at certain similarities, like, okay, we start negotiations, but then you don't hear from us for, you know, 6 months, or all of a sudden you don't know where we're gonna fight. Then we just say, hey, we're gonna fight here. And and I'm not I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, you notice the strategies sometimes, they intertwine, and then the overall goal, of course, is to keep the competitive edge. So again, what is a fighter willing to do to keep that competitive edge? Sometimes it might cross over being illegal. Now, saying that the substances or the supplements themselves are legal, that's subjective, because that doesn't mean that there's some stuff that we all can't see that goes on because it went on before with you just said the fighter's name a while ago, Manager Marty.
Sugar Shane
Sugar
Moses.
Shane. See, we can't, as much as we want to dismiss that stuff. See, Shane Moses, another fighter, man. I love Shane Moses, and it hurt me to hear that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the point again is it's not about how much I like that fighter. He did something that was involved in something, man, and I'm against that. So if I were to have a conversation with him, I would ask him the same question we're asking now. Man, why did you got great speed, your skill, you got great food. Man, why did you do that? So now of course that was prior to all these scandals with Conte, but I just feel like, man, I would have to make up, and all of us individuals have to make up in our mind that if we wanted to keep that competitive edge, and that means crossing the line over what everybody else would be against, if there's no apprehension about it, now you're dealing with a character issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, this is things that, and when people say that, nah, man, y'all are just making all these accusations. No, it's not about an accusation. It's not, and it's not an accusation, actually. It's an observation of what we see that if it's my fighter, I want my fighter doing that. I don't want you over there with this guy. Because I'm just like y'all having to ask questions now, I would be having to answer the same question. Man, why did Spence go over there with that man? He was undefeated. So you can't push the scrutiny to the side. The scrutiny is part of the choices you made to say, hey man, I don't want to lose my hold. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
Spence even raised that question himself. Spence raised that same question a year prior before they even fought. I put it in the link. I put the link in the description. Spence asked the same question. Why are you over there? A year before they fought. 2022.
Why Spence still fighting?
Yeah,
money he fought it. I mean, money will make you do anything. I don't know the allegations as far as, I don't know the determination as far as the contract. I don't know what was in the contract.
So Spence's character need to be questioned then. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
I'm questioning the action.
His integrity.
Yeah, I'm questioning his actions and his character. If you saying the fight is never going to happen, right? And Spence has been chasing him down. Yo, let's make this fight. Let's make it happen. You saying
the fight happened though?
It did happen, but look how long it took. Look how long it took.
Okay.
Who made the fight?
Hold it right there. Who told who? I'm gonna fight these other fighters before I fight you.
Of course, it's for the money.
So for the money. So there's always a reason for Spence.
No,
man. You know what?
Who's more of a household name, Spence? Who's more of a household name, Spence?
What does that have to do with your point that he stalled? You said Bud stalled him out.
You cut me off. You cut my wisdom.
That has nothing to do with your point.
Yes, it does, because I got to
stall the fight.
I got a cipher.
How can he stall the fight if one fighter is not willing to fight him?
Oh, we can't hear y'all.
One mic.
Yeah, y'all talking at the same time.
You know, I'm about to come full circle. I didn't cut his wisdom when he spoke. I was trying to explain that, and he keep cutting me off. So I'll let you have the floor, and I'll tell you, I'll let you have the floor.
You let me speak?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak.
No, go ahead, Shahid. Go ahead, Shahid.
Okay, I got the floor.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If they met backstage, right?
Yep.
I think it was Oklahoma or one of them events.
And Mo Hooker's fight.
Okay, right. Okay, correct. Yeah, you get a taste of them. It's cool. You can get whatever you want. My fault. Shopping. So they both said they were supposed to fight, and you're right. I agree with you. Where Crawford told him, you want to go over there. Sean Porter want to go over there. He was calling for the fight, no doubt, right? But Spence is getting his money. You can't. That's like me trying to tell you how to spend your money or how to do your business. If I'm already, like you said, you haven't fought nobody. I'm over here doing all the heavy lifting, which Spence did, and we all know that Spence had a better boxing resume than Bud Crawford at 147. We all know that. My factor is this: Bud, suspicious actions. Even though the fight did happen, you were the same one that said this fight is never going to happen. But those are Bud Crawford's words. This fight is never going to happen, and I don't need the Spence fight to steal my legacy. Those are his words. And even though it did happen, at the end of the fight, after he beat Spence, he told him, "You're the reason this fight happened." That's my cipher full completed. I don't got a point. I got a cipher full completed off of the words like manager Marty do all the time. You hold a person accountable for the words that they speak out their mouth. You know what I mean? Now, I like Bud Crawford, but at the same time, the suspect's actions that he was committing during the negotiations, why did you go over there? You went over there because you really doubted yourself. Let's keep it 1 mil for real. He doubted himself, and that's why he went to go get the upper hedge. But I agree with Gregory Gaudelbaum, because he said it, you want to study your opponent, no doubt. But he knew he needed that edge and that boost within the word that we all use before, enhance, which means to make greater or rise higher. Look at the etymology of the word. He knew he needed a greater boost to beat that man that fell out of a car incident and that flipped over 5 times. That came back and beat the brakes off of Danny Garcia as if he never left. He only fought 70%. And you ain't never seen nobody beat Danny Garcia the way that Spence did off of a car incident.
Okay, so but couldn't Spence solve all of this? You could have just fought Bud like 5 years ago, before SNAC.
Well,
What did he do?
Business,
he chose not to. He said, "Nah, I can fight." I'm not saying Spence was wrong in choosing to fight in-house fights, and it made more sense. But you can't say in one breath that Bud stalled him out or Bud stalled his career out. Bud waited him out.
Once again,
because how?
Very simple. Very
Spence told him. No. Before you even answer that, Spence told him, "Are we gonna? Can we come to the agreement?" Spence told him, "Was like, listen, why do I need to fight you when I could fight all these other fighters in house?"
In that same
Spence told, no. Let me tell you. Spence told him, "Al said you were not part of the plan." That same conversation. So Spence told him, "You're not in my plan. I'm gonna fight these fights, and then I'll deal with you last." Is that not what Spence told him?
Okay.
No, that's not what happened.
Yes, that's what he told him.
Let me tell you what happened. NH2. Let me
Yes,
tell
sir.
you what happened. And I put this on my channel months ago. When I hear feedback somewhere. I'm sorry. When they both was on Brian Custer's channel. Both of them was on Brian Custer's channel a week apart. Spence first and then Crawford. He asked Spence, "What's your next 3 fights?" And Errol Spence himself said, "My next 3 fights are this fight that I'm doing now. My next fight is going to be my next fight. Hold on. My next fight is going to be Manny Pacquiao. And then my fight after that is Terrence Crawford." That's exactly what the plan was from PBC. Now,
I'm not disputing that.
You're right, but you're saying something about Spence saying that I'm gonna fight these in-house fighters first and then you. Let's be clear on something from the business aspect of it. All fighters fight in-house fighters. That's a promotional thing.
I'm not disputing that.
Just like Bud Crawford fought in-house fighters for Top Rank. It's no different than Devin Haney fighting a 3-fight deal with in-house fighters with Top Rank. It's no different from no other PBC fighter fighting another PBC fighter under the banner. This is the business of boxing. So Spence saying, "I'm going to go take the other belts because they're in-house fighters," that's not a knock on him. That's a business protocol.
I never knocked him.
Right. Hold on. Don't ad-lib. Hold on for a minute. The thing about it is the timing. See, we can't get out of the timing aspect of this. Because when he finished fighting Ugas, this is Terrence Crawford's words on IG Live in November of last year. He said that in May, literally a month after the Ugas fight, that Al Heyman sent him a proposal. You agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we went over this before. So he sent him a proposal. He gave them the impression that he was going to sign a contract and fight Errol Spence right then and there. He gave them that impression. How do we know that? Because once they sent him the proposal and he agreed to the, well, he told them that he agreed to the terms, they sent him a contract in August. This is what he said in IG Live, like Shaheed say, I got to use his words back to what he said. So if they sent you a contract, they're expecting you to sign it. You agree with that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they're
They expect you to sign
him
after you review everything. I mean,
hold
they can
on.
expect you. They can expect you to do something, but it's your
NHA,
prerogative whether you want to sign it or not.
NHA, let's use logic here. If I send you a proposal and you agree to those terms, you can't sign a proposal. You're just agreeing to the terms and conditions that you see on there. I don't need your signature. I need your commitment. Once I get your commitment, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call my attorney that's gonna retain it. He or she is gonna turn around and draw up the paperwork, a contract that signifies and mirrors the very terms and conditions that you agreed to that was on a proposal so that you can sign it. Terrence Crawford gave them the impression. If he would not have gave Al Heyman that impression, Al Heyman would have not sent him a contract in the first place to sign. We both know that. Now that we know that, when the contract was sent, they was expecting him to sign. Steven Espinosa is on record even saying that Bud, who they was expecting to sign, he was stalling. And then we find out after he was sent a contract he didn't sign, he started negotiating privately, unbeknownst to Al Heyman and PBC. He started negotiating with BLK Prime. These are the facts at hand. We know this to be the facts. So if he's negotiating with BLK Prime, it's not for him to fight Errol Spence on BLK Prime. The proposal and the contract stated the network and the pay-per-view arm of that network that was going to facilitate this event, Showtime. We already know that. That's why Steven Espinosa was there. So if we know BLK Prime was not going to be the platform that this fight was going to be on, we know that Terrence Crawford ain't negotiating with BLK Prime to fight Errol Spence. Now, how do we know that? Because he fought David Evanesian on BLK Prime. See, these are the facts at hand, and these facts are irrefutable. So it don't make no difference of what Spence said he gonna fight this person. We looking at what actually took place, and everything I said literally took place. You agree with everything I said that took place, right?
Yeah, but that was not my contention. My contention is the people that's claiming that Bud Crawford stalled Spence out for the past 5 years.
It don't
that
make
is
no
not.
Difference.
It makes a whole lot of difference because if somebody's saying that, that's not factual. You're not correct on that.
All right, okay, look. All right, so let's say this. He didn't stall him out for 5 years.
That's all. I mean, there we go.
All right. He started him out. He started him out for 5 months. That make you feel better.
I mean, you could say you stalled him off for 5 months and shit, but you know what I'm saying. Right. It is not 100% facts that he actually did, but 5 months and 5 years is a big difference.
It's okay. It's okay. He fought David Evanesian at a time.
And he fought Spence.
Listen,
then he fought Spence.
Time out. He fought David Evanesian at a time where you and everybody else expected him to fight Spence. And that's a fact.
Yeah. I was expecting him, you know, but
what we talking about? Why we still going down? You expected him to fight
I'm
Spence
not sure why we talking about a fight that's already happened.
Bruh.
Me neither.
You expected
I'm confused, bro.
NHA2. You came up here. Hold up. NHA2.
Yes, sir.
The title of this live ain't say nothing about Terrence Crawford, brother. We know you a fan of his.
Nah, your boy El Said brought him up constantly. So I just responded to it.
Right, but he's bringing him up because of what we talking about. So
I just had to correct him on some inaccuracies. That's all I did.
No problem.
I know this is about this was a different topic.
No
hey,
problem. No
Marty,
problem.
Marty.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, I would love to continue to engage. I see my man, Mr. Mohammed, that I ain't seen in a while. And all the others. I definitely wanted to talk to Mr. Saeed, but I got to go. I got an appointment. The wife is looking at me sideways, and
Got to go. You ain't got to
you
explain
know
no
what
more,
I got
Mr.
to
Greg.
do.
That's
All right.
right.
But listen, gentlemen, y'all have a
Hey, you
wonderful
on Facebook,
holiday.
Gregory Papabomb? You on Facebook? You got a Facebook?
Yeah, I do. You in DC, right?
Now I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I'm on Facebook now. There's two other Gregory Quattlebaums, but they don't have this color, so you'll know which one is which. I don't have a face on my Facebook page, so you'll know it's me.
Hey, Mr. G, they got a small hat, right?
Huh?
Not the kufi. They got the small hat, not the kufi.
Right.
I'm
Not
on there,
somebody.
brother.
Somebody
I'm
message
on
you.
there.
But y'all have a wonderful holiday. Hopefully, we'll get to talk about this fiasco that happened last night. And we'll talk then. But y'all have
You
a
got
wonderful
it.
holiday, gentlemen. It's good
You
to see
got it.
all of you. All
Salute.
right.
Double
Salute,
salute.
Mr. Gregory.
Bless
Let,
up, bless up.
let me
Blessings to
Peace
get
and
you
this.
love.
all.
Let me get this super chat. We going to try to wrap it up. We almost 4 hours in. I didn't expect to be this long. I told everybody I was going to do a 1 hour special, but it's all good. I love when we're here. Man, we did what we were supposed to do. I really, Cooking with Frank, that's my guy. I have to read it because he's always supporting the channel. So double salute to my guy, Cooking with Frank. Thank you for your support and contribution to the channel. And Cooking with Frank says, if a man, I, I, I
Yeah,
gotta read
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's yeah.
Man. Oh man. If a
You
man
know what's
walks,
up with y'all dudes, man?
I don't know. We got to deal with it now. If a man walks into a gay man's house and come out with a part of his body bleeding, do we really need to see what happened, Greg? I guess that was a question for Mr. Greg, but I had it up there for a little minute. Um, that's what the question was from Cooking with Frank. I think we do get the point. Frank basically is if somebody's doing something wrong and then they hanging with somebody else that do something wrong, and then you see them both at the same time, it's basically logical for you to expect to assume that both of those people are doing something wrong. I think that's the most politically correct, and I'm not a politically correct person, but I think that's the most appropriate. Maybe I shouldn't say politically correct. That's the more appropriate way to say that super chat. I want to show this on the screen one more again before we get out of here, and this is the comment of Victor Conte. But before I do that, there's another thing I forgot to include. I want to make sure I include everything that Victor said, so that I won't leave any parts out. And this is one of the YouTube comments that he said that I forgot to include up here. I'm going to include it now. I would love your thoughts on it real quick, and then we can roll. Mr. Victor Conte said in the YouTube comment, he said, Mr. Marty, please stop providing misinformation. I have never said anything, quote unquote, under oath about VADA testing or anything else. I have never testified under oath at any time. However, I did say that there are substances that VADA cannot test for, like IGF-1 LR3. I have never given IGF-1 LR3 to any athlete at any time. Now, I believe the reason why he used the term under oath and provide misinformation is because when I was proving a point, of course, as the prosecutor, that's one of the characters that I use. I had replayed something that Victor Conte said, and then I said, we've heard Victor Conte say under oath that there are right? So I think he thought I meant when I said under oath in the court of law. So I wasn't referring to things that he said in the court of law. So he mistook what I was trying to say, but I wasn't talking about in the court of law that he said anything under oath. I was just saying in the court of public opinion that he made a statement, and I used the terms under oath. But he did say, I don't know what those IGF-1 and LR3 is. I guess that's a substance or a performance enhancement drug. I don't want to assume that. I don't know, but I guess when he comes up here, he will explain. Well, if he comes up here and join us sometime, hopefully next week, he will explain what this is because we don't know what it is, but he does. He's the expert, and hopefully he clarify a lot of things for us. So that we all can be on the same page and there won't be any misinformation. I just want to post this on the screen one more again before we go, and that is that Victor Conte's statement in this email that he sent to me last night says, maybe we can chat and further discuss some of the anti-doping issues that exist in boxing after the holiday season. So I am holding Vic to his word. He seems like he is a man of his word, so I'm gonna hold him to his word to come on up and join the platform to be able to discuss some of these anti-doping issues that's going on in boxing and some of the miseducation that we all have when it comes to anti-doping, when it comes to VADA testing procedures, when it comes to VADA testing protocol, when it comes down to the SNAC program as far as the regimens, the workout regimen, and the supplements that he sells online, how we can purchase the product if we're interested. Like one of the guys, Gregory Quarterbaum, bought his products along with other people. It works. So that's the whole thing about it. We here now. We got to deal with it. This was a great show. I'm glad that we all were able to discuss a lot of different topics. I'm sure if Victor Conte watched this already or will watch it, he will hear some of the comments that are made. Not saying the comments that were made were true or false from people on the panel and everything, but at the same time, the thing about it is, it'll give him an opportunity to clarify some of the things that were said, so that everybody can be on the same page, because we want to make sure all the information is accurate that we provide on this channel. I appreciate everybody coming through on the panel. I appreciate all the contributions that was provided through the super chats and the cash apps. We didn't have any today. I thank everybody investing their time during this holiday season. We're almost embarking in 4 hours, but it's all good. Salute and double salute again to everybody that came on the panel. Double salute to everybody that contributed your time during this holiday season. I appreciate all of you. Come back Tuesday, 4:00 p.m. We're coming back here to talk some boxing live and living color. And I'm just going to leave just like this, and hopefully our buddy, Mr. Victor Conte, will come up after the holidays as the professor and educate us all. I look forward to it. I'll let you all know more in depth when we decide, what's the best day and time for both of us to come together. And it was a great show today. We had a wonderful show, and I'm sure there's something about the business and sport of boxing that hopefully you all learned today. And hey, what can I say? I'm going to have to pull up the same way I pulled out. And what I mean by that is having to show the people that I got one of the, no, I don't, not one, the hottest intros in the YouTube boxing community. And I'm going to leave you all with it. And I'm doing way too much talking. Until Tuesday at 4:00. Don't take my word for it. You know what I'm going to say? What's the slogan? That's right. You better believe it. That's the slogan. Roll the tape.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.